Testing 1, 2, 3. Do we now have audio? Because it showed me I had audio before, but I'd just like to check I have audio now. If I have audio, that would be awesome. If I don't have audio, that's not awesome. I do. Yay! Okay, part 2, which is really annoying because I got really behind that and I was really pushing some effort into that and some high energy and shit. Welcome to Hint Place and welcome to the Witcher TRPG Stone Cold Lies part 3. If you are here, you've presumably made it parts 1 and 2. I am just checking that everybody is in the windows they are labelled to be in. Thank God, I thought they were. We are currently down Monty, unfortunately, due to a clash of... I was going to say Clash of Clans, but no. Due to a clash of calendars, because this was only supposed to run for 2 sessions, but the party. So, at least 2 extra sessions, yeah. I usually do. I keep underestimating you. So, the party have been recruited on the way to a once-per-generation piss-up at the Mahakam Ale Festival to solve the murder, or at least unexplained death, of a young gnome. And a young gnome? Young dwarf, even. I'm looking at the word gnome directly in front of my eyes, and my brain just went, read that instead, because that will be more fun. Thank you, Fish. I do appreciate that so much. Right. Pardon me. So, where is that gone? So, yes, Enid has asked you to resolve the murder of her brother, who died in a cave-in during an alleged theft. The ostensible thieves have been captured. You have spoken with those, and they turned out to be a werebub and a vran, who maintain that although they were there indeed to commit a theft, they didn't actually kill the guy, and nor did they actually ever steal the item that they were supposed to. So, speaking to an expert gnome witness, you have ascertained that the item in question, a hammer, that was supposedly going to be stolen from this shrine is in fact a fake. So somebody has made off with the real hammer, and presumably person or persons unknown is also responsible for the death of one Randall Harkus. Who you have established was killed with a blow to the head from something that was probably not a rockfall. Yep. I am not, however, quite obvious enough. Yeah, no. You shouldn't be still muted, but I have just redone everybody's audio just in case you are still muted.
Okay.
Aha.
You weren't muted, so that should have gone out, yes. The booze indeed had a square profile on his head. But me being me, I did not CSI it to the extent that you could read the bruise property of...
that would be a little too easy.
It would.
What? Magical phrenology is not a thing here.
The bruising appears to form the shape of the words, "Whomsoever wields this hammer."
No, if only.
Right, so
Good,
yes,
good.
with us today, we are Montyless, as I said, so with us today are Spud, Fish in voice only. Say hello, Fish.
Hello, Fish.
Right. Yeah, bear in mind there is no proof that you're here except your voice. We have Peyton.
Hi.
We have Nightbites.
Hello.
And we have Chrono.
Oh.
Right, now I've proved you all exist, that's a thing. Right.
We are not just portraits you have stuck over the front of our
Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually just a really complicated loop of footage that Drop recorded earlier.
Oh, no, we're not getting into that. You don't need an existential crisis before roleplay tonight.
No, they have an existential
No.
crisis during the roleplay, but yeah.
Yes, that's fine, but
Yeah.
We're,
I
we're
took the
definitely all
script of this stream afterwards, went back in time, and recorded myself responding to what everyone says.
we're definitely all really here, absolutely. Although I would like to say on a completely unrelated note, it's amazing what you can do with voice synthesizers these days.
It's amazing what you can do with deepfakes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yes.
anyway.
Right. Moving on. Look, if we can have Paddington having tea with the Queen, we're fine with you lot. You're slightly less realistic, but never mind. Okay.
That's my
You think the Queen's real?
The Queen's real. I did like somebody commenting, okay, I'll buy that the Queen was a deep fake, but if you're saying that wasn't the real Paddington, I'll have to ask you to step outside.
Yep.
Right. Oh, God. So, you have finally opened up the area. You heard a ding, 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 ding. And the area of Cursitus Cavern, wherein the death occurred, has become open to you because it has now been sufficiently made safe. On the grounds that the roof has already caved in once, and they'd really rather not have to clear it up again. Your well-being is far secondary.
I mean, yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay. So, you have shared... Oh, I better reshare it, because we lost Spud, of course.
Yeah, I just kind of realised that Fancy Grounds had kicked me out and I needed to log back in. I literally... that only just occurred to me.
Yeah.
I have...
Once it's been shared, though, things are available in the images.
Yes,
folder.
this is true. You are looking for the image
Scene of
labelled "Scene of Crime." Because I'm subtle.
We're players. We need everything spelt out properly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate to. I
Throwaway
hate
comment about fantasy grounds and images. By the way, I love the fact that you can give something two names. In things like images, almost anything, in fact, in fantasy grounds, you can give two names: one for when it's identified and one for when it's unidentified.
Yeah.
So you can just have, Big Lizard Man as the unidentified title, and then his actual name as the identified one, which I think is a really nice touch.
Right. So, assuming that everybody is good to go, you take in
Already?
the
I just started.
What?
I hurt you now, yes?
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Rock falls,
They didn't
all
make
die.
they didn't make it as safe as they
We're in the
thought.
right place for it.
You're in exactly the right place for it.
Anyway, yes. So we.
Yes. You take in the cavern before you, partially filled with rubble and stalagmites, stretching to the ceiling, and with a thick layer of dust covering everything. I may possibly have gone and checked which were stalagmites and stalactites for writing this. Straight ahead, a carefully worked wall stretches floor to ceiling, standing in stark contrast to the otherwise unworked cave. Standing in front of the wall is a wide pedestal covered with carvings in Elder speech, with a panel showing a heroic dwarf smiting something huge, made mostly of teeth and claws, before a deeply carved fissure. Everything about this cave is monolithic. And clicking back into the correct window, I can in fact show you...
I don't believe that.
Shut up.
This is an underground cave. I reckon there's more than one rock here.
Well, yeah, okay. Shut up. But shut up. I love you dearly, but shut up.
Question.
Yo.
Is Enid Harkus still with us?
No, she is not. She has other things to do and is currently, again, redoing her brother's body.
Fair enough. After we poked and prodded
After you
it, I
poked
don't
and
blame her.
prodded it and sorted that out, yes.
With good intention, at the
Oh,
very
yeah.
least.
Yeah, she's not unhappy with you for it, but it is something that she feels the need to do rather than leaving to anybody else.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So,
You
well,
have basically been escorted here by a young dwarf lad who has now buggered off.
okay. I am going to. Well, Cadvar's probably going to do his investigative business and start looking for clues.
Right, okay. The entrance is partially blocked by chocolate chips. Sorry, by rubble, as you can see on the map. There are two dwarves still hard at work with shovels and a stack of props in the cavern mouth. So you have to go past them to get in. They are focused on providing access to the cavern and indeed its memorial. You really don't have to guess which bit is the memorial.
I'm guessing that's a memorial and not a pit trap.
Yeah, what that is the pillar, and the whole wall behind it is the heavily engraved Elder Speech. I mean, the fact that you can tell from the doorway, given that each of these squares is about 2 meters, that's in Elder Speech is a guide to how big the graffiti is. Well, not the graffiti, the carving. It is official. Stone pillars hold up the archway leading from tunnel to cavern, carved from natural formations. Basically, they have shaped stalagmites and stalactites.
Nice.
Although the cave's large, a combination of the rubble and stalagmites leads to a claustrophobic feel. So, yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. I should be able to drag people tokens down onto the map, shouldn't I?
Yes.
Okay. Hang on.
But I'm aware from.
Let
I lose track.
me exit mask
I've been
mode.
using 20 and Foundry recently.
Yeah.
Not so much Fantasy Grounds. Worst case, you can do it from character sheets, but I think you can probably do it from the characters
Yeah.
tab as well.
Right, hang on. Okay, nope. Can you guys put your own tokens
Well, if
on?
anybody watching this is familiar with the Foundry VTT and wants to tell me whether there is a way to get around its annoying insistence on you using battle maps for every bloody combat encounter, that would be really useful.
Oh, God. Right, let's try and draw you off the combat tracker, because I know you're there. Ah, right, okay, I can pull it off the combat tracker.
Right, yeah, that may be it. You get it from the combat tracker, that rings a bell.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't pull it off my character sheet.
For some ungodly, poor old Blake is in the Frog of War.
The Frog of War.
No.
Yep. Yep, I will sort him out in a mo.
I want to be the Frog of War.
Frogs of War is, I think it's that common.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a very, very badly translated copy of Julius Caesar there.
Right, that's it.
better in the Dwarvish, eh?
Oh dear. So yes, as by way of an explanation, by the way, I have been deeply unwell this week, so I am kind of shot away slightly. So when I am fumbling a bit, it's not that I'm completely unprepared. I do know what I'm doing. I just I'm having a moment. Okay.
It's okay. I also apologise for the facial expressions that everyone would have seen on my screen during the last 5 minutes. I was trying to fix up the character sheet PDF to follow the stats from the Fancy Grounds, because I assumed, those would be updated. Like, those would be the ones that I'd added points to, and this was the PDF was the basic one. But then it decided that for some reason, whilst that all made sense, it all made sense except for my business skill, which is higher in the PDF than in Fancy Grounds, and I don't know why.
Oh no.
Where did my 2 points of business skill?
You are
Where did I lose 2 points?
I don't know. Right, can you move your tokens?
No, because you've got movement locked.
Have I?
And I've
Yeah,
lost
You
the
should
pictures
find
somehow.
that.
Where I'm
If you look, you'll see
two,
that
but-
Blake has a movement waiting approval.
How do I unlock movements? Lock.
Okay, it's one of the buttons along the top of the image, but
Okay.
I can't see it because I'm not a GM,
No,
so
that's
you'll have
fine.
to find it for yourself.
There we go. Done.
There we go.
No, so long as I know where I'm looking, I'm fine.
Yeah, it is on the buttons there, so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can move now. Loic will approach one of the dwarves who is working,
Okay,
and
I'll give you a
Introduce.
funny look.
introduce the group as we have been, or have they already been told that we would be coming through?
They look you up and down, but they don't seem surprised to see you.
We have been asked to have a look around the area and investigate the matter at hand. Apologies for any interference here. Can I just ask, were you involved with the initial discovery of the rockfall and the body?
Was not.
Okay.
Hang on, these guys. Hang on, no. Bloody Northerners, right? Okay, yeah, they're from Morecambe, right? Okay, sorry, I've got to send my accent a bit north. Nope, I was not.
Okay, so you and your companions here are unaware of how it might have looked at the time that
I would
that the
imagine.
matter was discovered.
I would imagine it looks much like it did now, only with more rockfall.
Only dustier.
Yep.
Auburn's going to go investigate the area amongst the rocks. Just
Yeah,
pick it open, see if he spots anything.
Feel free to move your character. You
Yeah,
should
I
now
was
have-
hoping that we might have some idea about where people were found.
Oh, you mean the thieves? Well, they were found here. They pretty much point at the area directly inside the doorway.
Okay,
Um,
and I don't suppose you know where the body was unearthed from.
Oh, the dead lad. Well, yeah, he was squished over there, and they nod over towards the monument.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to go over to the squished monument place.
Okay. Right. Can everybody... You can wait there, Auburn. Can everybody please put their characters where they are intended to be? Because you're all
Assuming we came in
clustered.
through the south,
You did, yes.
that is where I have put him, because
Okay.
he's just going to be hanging around near the exit and near the entrance. The only things that Blake investigates are largely how many axe blows it takes to remove your head. So he's going to let those who are more suited to this work do this work.
Right, okay.
Or how long it takes to get to the bottom of an ale flagon. That's the other thing he's good at investigating.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
This is very true.
I think if Auburn's going to investigate the pedestal, I think Cadfire will examine the area further to the right of the
Right.
of it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Once I've spoken to the dwarves, then yeah, I'm going to go and have a look around
Right.
the pedestal. as well.
Everybody freeze.
Yep.
This is where I probably should have left it on approved move, but I didn't, so, screw you. So... Oh, Sam. Fool. Hope you're okay.
Veer's kind of hanging back from those that are rushing forward to investigate stuff,
Uh,
just in case there's further rock falls.
no, Nell is indeed going to basically tag along with those investigating. If anyone has anything they are desirous of Nell doing, let me know. Otherwise, she will basically go NPC mode.
Sure.
Polymorph to NPC. The only thing I won't let you do is willfully endanger her. Which I don't think you would anyway.
No one's endangering my business partner.
No, that's it.
No,
Not until you convince them that a tontine is the way to go.
no.
Nell goes to polymorph to NPC and comes back in the next session to discover that mysteriously Loic gets a much bigger cut of all the profits than they used to.
Also, that they lost an eye.
Anyway,
Got stats for that. Right,
Yeah.
so this was not going to happen like this, but it is now. So, that's annoying.
Okay, I mean, is there anything you need us to do to make this easier and quicker?
No, no, there's nothing I need you to do. The only thing I need anyone to do is I need Blake to make me an awareness check.
Oh boy!
Wouldn't worry too much about that. It's Blake.
Yes, I need the alcoholic, weapon-focused person to make me an awareness check.
Use that wine-sodden mind to good use.
Awareness. Oh, yes, he's ever so good at awareness.
Yes.
That's a lie, by the way.
Oh dear.
And I've got a huge set of errors come up. That's nice.
Okay.
Oh no!
I saw a 3.
Actually, it's not a huge set of errors. It's just one error. But,
Yeah, you rolled a 3. I did update this today.
Already.
I did check that the rule set was updated today, but I will have.
Yeah,
I will
that may have been a bad
check.
idea by the looks of it, because it was working last time we played, and now it's not.
Thank you. It was doing exactly that same thing last
So,
time.
did
You
somebody
rolled a
say
3.
that the die came up as a 3?
It
Yes.
did.
Okay, I rolled a 3, so that means that it's going to be a total of 10.
Okay. I am actually going to have to use real dice. If it's going to throw a fit.
Thinking if it's going to be like this, I may get my real dice as well.
Yeah.
But I assumed I'd be using virtual ones, so
Yeah.
they're all out of reach unless I take my headset off.
Let me just quickly test a roll to see if it works for me or if this is the...
I'm gonna do that as well.
Oh, that worked. I saw that.
That was a D20. That's a well done. You're rolling a die that will never ever come into this game.
Roll, but it was
Yeah,
the
I literally
scripting
just
that-
grabbed the first die. Like, leave me alone.
Will it
Okay, yours
roll?
worked, mine
Oh,
didn't.
yeah.
I mean,
will
yeah,
it
I
work
can,
off
I
a
can
character
just roll a
sheet?
d10
let
and
me
get a
roll it off a
result that
character
way
sheet.
and do the maths manually. I don't
Yeah.
need to get real dice. I can still roll a d10 virtually in there. It's just
Oh, great.
the scripting is scuppered.
Let me
Yeah.
roll a business roll. There we go. That won't get confused. Oh god, that's so many errors.
Yeah.
That was an
Okay.
awesome roll as well. It would have been if the scripting wasn't all knackered.
Right, I'm gonna... I'm gonna...
Clearly something has updated and the rule set hasn't yet caught up with it.
Yes,
I'll
we
just
shall...
roll 2d10s
Yep.
and then add the
We shall...
stuff.
We shall
Roll a D.
not be
Yes.
deterred. We should move on.
Roll a
Let's move
D10
on.
and add your skill and stat. Remember, it's 1D10.
But in the meantime, I got a 10.
Oh, it's
on my
1d10.
awareness.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
just dumb.
No, you're not.
Sorry, you.
Yes,
are you
I am,
looking
how
for a
dare
roll from the rest of us. Or...
No. The rest
Okay.
of you are doing things.
Uh,
The rest of
we-
you
we
are
were
over
just-
there.
We were just ensuring that we finished the game off in this session by wandering off and talking about whether the dice work rather than getting on with the scenario.
Right.
Even the dice don't want this session to finish, Strut.
Yeah.
No, don't say that. Let's just see what happens.
Please
Fuck
don't.
around and find out.
Yes. Right.
You look so disappointed in me.
all die.
Rocks fall, all die. Yes. Frog falls. No, wait, hang on. Is there a...
Frogs.
Ah.
We're going in many directions.
Savior of
Strut, next
Rocks.
time we do an arc session, I am going to drag you into the swamp to find where the giant frogs live.
Well, there's a sentence.
You know, I kind of want to make a video game with frogs in now, just so I can legitimately have a variable called frog spawn.
Oh, no.
Hey, just play Ark. They have giant frogs. You can ride them.
As opposed to Frog's Pawn, which is Wolf
Oh,
As
no.
opposed to frog spawn, which is a different thing altogether, yeah.
They don't even... Like...
No, let's not. Let's not.
If not, is something
Right.
happening that Blake
Frog
notices?
reproduction.
Does
Yes,
does
did I
Blake
see anything
notice
or not?
something or
Am
not?
I aware
Blake!
of a thing?
Right. Unfortunately, that's a point. Hang on.
Ormond dies.
Probably not aware of a thing, am I? Because I rolled badly. And I have a crap awareness to begin with.
Right. You should now, if you look at the picture, see what Blake was not aware of.
There's things, there's tokens, there's possible enemy tokens.
Hang on, if they're enemies, my practice paranoia should have gone off.
Only if you were actually being ambushed.
Only
you're
if they're
not.
attacking you.
Ah.
All right.
I'm sorry, guys, but a speech followed by an ambush does not count.
Well, yeah. Thanks for that. Thanks for warning us. That's the order of events.
Yeah.
Can we attack them first? I hate speeches.
No.
I think since Strutter's written this scenario, we should at least give her we should give her the benefit of letting her read out her own writing.
But yeah, she wrote the scenario. She already knows the speech.
Oh, actually, practice paranoia would have done it. Never mind. Right.
I would have thought that having somebody right next to where they come into the room trumps even practice paranoia.
Yeah, and if it had been anyone
that's
other
fair.
than Blake.
He realises it way too late, basically.
Yeah.
An angry-looking dwarf with a long black beard coughs and steps into the entrance, flanked by hangers-on, blocking your only way out. The dwarves clearing the rubble have evaporated, leaving you face to face with what looks like a mob in the making. The leader sneers, clearly unimpressed with what he sees. Heard you've been asking questions about things that are none of your business. You and that idiot girl can't leave well enough alone and are ruining our reputation. It's a shame the Harkus lad died, but that's what happens when foreigners think they've got the run of the mountain. Justice has been done. The sooner it's done and dusted, the sooner life can go back to normal. If you can't see that, maybe we'll have to educate you. You're not welcome. This is the guy
That's not
who
suspicious
was...
at all. That's
this-
in character, just all the...
This is the
While
guy...
he's speaking,
Yep. This is the
While
guy,
he's
by the way,
speaking-
who, yes,
this is
came out
presumably
and
the guy who was
harangued.
haranguing the gate guard
Yes.
earlier on, yeah?
Yep,
Right, okay, so we recognise him as
you
that.
do.
While he was speaking, because
Yeah.
Blake is very polite and
You're not
didn't
allowed
want
to
to
hit him.
interrupt anybody. Nope. While this guy was speaking,
Yeah.
Blake decided that it was probably a good idea to make a point of our own, since he's clearly making one, and unslung the what's the thing actually called?
Oh god, the
Highland
mauler.
mauler
Oh my
From his
god.
back.
No.
And at the end of the speech, just casually let it slip through the half slip through his hand so that it clanks down to the ground with a very loud "Hello, I'm a big hammer."
If you run this scenario, I recommend suggesting that you take the more obvious weapons away from them. On the gates, as a show of good faith. Just a
I did.
message to any future GMs.
I did when I ran it.
Oh, you did run it? Okay, fair enough.
I did, and I ran it for my family, and I did have them, and they what's about to happen? They ran it as you intended. We ran it as you intended. So
Fair enough. I have heard of how another group ran it, and it involved a massacre.
well, time for history to repeat itself.
No.
I believe a battle axe was involved in the last one.
Oh no. Okay,
You see,
so
that was my other option. The Highland Mauler is the subtle version.
On what plane of reality?
It's not an edged weapon, you see, so it must be non-lethal damage.
Loic will then
Right.
call out, "Good sir, we are here with the authority of Supervisor Flatter."
Oh, yeah. Well, that's his business, not mine. Don't kill him, lads. We don't want to be mopping up that kind of mess before the party. And he just
I'm sorry, I do have
gestures.
to ask, were you boys born stupid?
Okay. You're basically looking at a bunch of dwarves who are late teens, early 20s. Equivalent.
oh, they're baboos.
They're baboos. They're probably like 38 or something.
Yeah, but it's that kind of maturity of the,
All right.
the outsider pub thinking it's a good idea to have a
Yeah.
fight
Yeah.
with the local police.
go if you think you're old enough.
Blake is basically standing there with
Yeah.
the head of the mauler is on the floor in front
Yeah.
of him, and he's just got both hands on the haft, which he's kind of leaning against, looking at them with his best "I'm a mercenary, you do not want to try and come past me"
Yeah.
look. He's not going to swing the maul at anybody.
Okay.
Because unless somebody draws a weapon on him, he's not going to draw a weapon on them. So the first person to try and get past him towards the rest, he's just going to kick.
Right. Unfortunately, these guys are riled up, and they are also thick as two short planks. So, the guy who is closest to Blake, who has never encountered humans before, nor has he really encountered mercenaries, nor has he encountered anyone who's scarier than the people he grew up with.
Honey, no.
What is it these dwarves are wearing?
These dwarves are wearing gambesons and tunics, but they are mostly wearing gambesons, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right, let's get stuck in, and try not to kill and try not to kill them.
Yes,
Yeah.
Blake, incapacitate, not kill, please.
right,
Loic calls out.
minimum necessary force.
Force.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We'll be checking.
The problem is, who's metric for minimum necessary force? Blake's or Loic's?
Now you're just getting petty. Right. Okay.
It's got to be minimum necessary force because there's no windows.
Okay.
You can't do maximum necessary force without a window.
We've got a mountainside if you just want to drag them down a few rooms.
Yeah, but it's far less convenient.
We've got a.
They're small, you can get one under each arm.
Do we have an initiative tracker thing?
We do. Hang on a minute. Blake has just gone weird. Fish, would you
Just
care
turned
to...
into a dwarf.
Yeah.
Traitor!
Magic! Magic!
I don't
His
know
face.
why.
It was me!
I was
I
moving...
was the thief all along!
Elder magic is at use here.
What
God.
the hell?
Blake was actually two dwarfs standing on top of each other this entire time.
Yeah.
Excuse me while
They
I delete
replaced
Blake.
him. Oh no, he's even more devious. Morik replaced our best mercenary.
Yeah.
Well, yep, we're fucked. Well done. Bye, everyone.
I've no idea what the hell happened there. That was so strange. I was literally
I
moving
think-
somebody up the tracker. I may have been... Presumably, it decided to put it above replacing...
I don't know. I wonder whether the problem is the fact that Blake doesn't actually have a token
Oh, could be.
assigned. Since it just uses his portrait for a
Yeah.
token. And I wonder if something glitched and it just overwrote it with whatever token.
Could be.
Or one of the dwarf tokens. I'm assuming that's for minion.
It's actually, yes, close enough.
Yeah, so...
Do you want
So,
to pick
there
a
we go. We've
token?
got this sort. If I were only a rogue, because now I look exactly like the minions. I could backstab them all if I were a rogue.
No, now you look exactly like... Oh, shut up.
You
I
look
still
like the
look like a
minions
minion.
again. Two, one on top of the other.
You do. I don't know why you look like a minion. Could you please give yourself a token, Fish? Just pick one. I don't care. It's something, anything.
The odds, fuck!
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
So, yes, he actually is going first. Mike's minion is going first.
Um,
So,
The answer is no. I have no tokens available to pick from. I opened assets
can
and
now
there's nothing
roll.
there.
fuck's sake.
Oh my god, it exploded.
Oh.
That's a D12, it didn't explode. I rolled the wrong die. It's a 16 because I've got +8 initiative.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's see. Initiative. I need to look what mine would be.
Yes, there is a combat tracker, so if you roll an actual skill, which you can't because it will go melty. So
I won't. No, remember what is it? Dexterity is. Is it dexterity is attached to
reflex.
initiative?
Reflex.
Oh, reflex. Okay.
Reflex?
Alright, so
Where
just-
did the reflex come from?
It was a reflexive thing.
Does initiative explode?
Yes.
Oh, heck.
Yes,
I'm
it
only on
does.
14 initiative.
20.
Oh right, hold on.
What did all
Okay,
of them
that's
get? Okay.
9.
9 for Peyton.
Yes.
What did Auburn get?
16 in total.
Nice.
I rolled a 12 like a D12 at first, like a moron.
Loic, was that 20, did you say?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Very cool.
Yes.
He's got the zoomies!
Yeah.
Yes.
Blake.
It's good.
I'm not the
If
competent.
it's a reflex roll, I got 13.
Okay. And would
Where we
somebody like
find
to
that
roll for Nell?
Loic's surname is West.
What's Nell's foot at?
Just roll it and I'll sort it from there.
5.
Okay. She says, having done that. Yeah, why are all your tokens have vanished? Because you all had tokens at one point. I'm confused. It may be the update on the.
I don't think we ever did actually have tokens. I think we only had portraits, and it just uses the portrait for your token by default if you don't have a token.
Hands up who completely forgot that she's an Enshay. Okay. Reflexes, so she's on 10. Okay.
You completely forgot she's a what, sorry?
Enshay, she is elven.
He's an elf.
I don't think I ever knew that.
Wait,
No.
who's an elf?
Nell.
I didn't know that either!
I didn't know that, to be honest.
I literally, until now, like, her hair covered her ears and it now
Yeah.
flicks back
Yeah.
in combat and just...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You should now hate and fear her.
I mean, technically Loic does know, but he has been keeping
I
it
mean-
secret, so...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to.
She had
I'm
that
convinced.
hat
No,
on this
this is it,
entire
yeah.
time. It's like in City on the Edge of Tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
the Star Trek episode.
Oh,
where
yeah.
Edge of
Spock just
Forever,
wears a beanie the entire time.
Yeah. The Edge of Forever, I think it was. Anyway.
Yeah.
To forever. City on the Edge of Forever.
Yes. Okay, so Moik's minion number 4 is going. Let's give him an arbitrary one of those. It's really annoying because having set the combat tracker up, was like, yes, I can just roll automatic initiatives and no.
No, good, that does.
Yeah. And let's give him an arbitrary 21 since he's going first. And that's the way to get him to the combat tracker top. So, yes, the minion is going to take a swing at you, Fish. Because he's an idiot.
Okay. I'm desperately trying to remember how this game system works. I have defences, don't I?
You do. You can roll a defence. If you choose not to roll, then the defence is a default of 10. You get a free defence per turn.
I can roll what, my brawling?
You can roll dodge
To
escape.
You can brawling or dodge escape. Isn't it?
Dodge
Yeah.
escape or reposition.
I'm actually better at dodge escape than I am at brawl, so I shall just.
How are you better at dodge than brawl?
He's primarily hits things with axes and hammers. Brawling, he can do, but he's nowhere near as good at.
Yeah. That's a total of 14.
Right.
So you need
let's
13 or
work
better.
this out. I have got 13 before I add any dice,
Oh, all right then.
so that's 18.
Right, so this is coming in with a quick strike, so he gets 2 attacks.
Sorry, no, 12 before I add any dice, so that was only 17.
So his
I
first
did the
blow,
maths wrong
his
there.
first blow completely misses because he only got a 13. His second blow, which you can defend against if you spend a point of stamina.
Is it 1 point? I thought it was more than that.
It's 1 point for a defense. It's 3 points for an extra action.
3 for an extra action, that was it. So yeah, I will indeed spend a point of stamina. Is my stamina supposed to be sub max? Did I
No.
use stamina for something already?
Everyone's stamina, you do it in the previous combat, but everyone's stamina is now back up to full.
You're back
What
up.
about their health?
No.
I assumed not. But I thought I'd check because I'm very stupid.
So,
Apparently
yes,
I have
will-
0 stamina.
Okay.
Stamina back up to
Ooh,
Oh.
yeah, that's not good.
No. Well, you've just balked your
Oh!
Well, at least it's still a
Okay,
positive
so my
number.
defense is 4.
Okay.
You're too busy laughing at this guy's clumsy attack that you actually let him past your guard.
Yes, he comes in with his fists and he goes thwap and misses and he goes thwap and
I
uppercuts you
casually lean out of the way of the first one,
straight into the second one.
smile confidently, at this inept attack and lean back into the second one. Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to have a little drink. Right.
Oh, of course.
Is that the best you could? Ow!
Yes.
I love
He
the
just
best
like,
you can help.
stomps on your foot or something.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You just
Okay. Okay, so that's 5 points of damage to your hit location. Hit location's a thing. Come on, Drop, for God's sake. Spot the person who just doesn't do combat on a regular.
I'm trying to remember. Does hit location factor if you don't specifically aim at it in this game, or
It's
is it?
random if you don't aim.
It is random. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember because some games are random. Some games are you will hit the torso unless you specify otherwise, etc., etc.
Yeah, it's like Cyberpunk is randomised, but you randomise between torso or legs unless you're aiming for a headshot. So that is a roll of 5 on there, which is the right arm. He has just punched your right arm.
Bugger, that means I'm actually taking the damage.
Oh, you found somewhere you're not armoured.
I'm only armoured on the torso. I've not got armour anywhere else.
Fair enough. I just have an image
I've only
now.
got Brigandine.
You're in a bloody shirtless, like sleeveless.
I'm in a sleeveless armoured hauberk, effectively sleeveless hauberk.
Okay.
Yes, I
Because even I have armour on my
Or
arms.
given that it's Brigandine, you could also describe it perhaps as just a biker vest.
No, I've got Brigandine and it
Harvey
armours my arms.
Well, I haven't got. It's not. I'm not showing any armour on my arms. Maybe there was an error when putting it into the onto the character sheet. I'd have to find the rulebook to be sure.
Yeah, okay. Hang on. It is... Did you say Brigandine you've got?
Brigandine, yeah.
should have sleep on them.
It should have... Yeah, unless you've deliberately gone otherwise.
Okay.
Armour. Torso armour. Brigandine. Covers torso and arms for 12 points.
Yeah, no, it's 12 points. For some
Yeah.
reason, mine is only covering the torso. So there we go. I've changed that.
Okay, so he has just punched your arm.
So in that case, I take no damage.
Right, okay.
Yes.
This could be a long fight. So,
Yep.
I take back that owl.
doink.
Well,
Oof. So, we move on to Loic.
Okay. So, Loic is going to 2 meters squared, you say?
Mhm.
Is my move. Right, okay. Loic is going to move and duck behind this.
Okay,
Is that a pillar
That-
or
oh,
a
ow.
large rock?
those are
or-
pillars. The larger ones are stalagmites.
Okay.
The smaller ones are rubble.
Yeah, I'm going to move over there, pulling out my crossbow as I go.
I see all
and-
subtlety is abandoned, right? Okay.
And just call out to Morek in Dwarven, well, in Elder Speak.
Mhm.
What was I going to say? I say, if it is, you could just leave us to conclude our search, and then we will be out of your hair, out of your beard, as quickly as possible.
Are you mocking my
no,
beard?
sorry, we'll be out of your beard as that much quicker.
You're mocking my beard?
Oh, for crying out loud!
I fear words are wasted on these young men, my friend. We must defend ourselves.
Fine, and then
I kind of base these guys on the worst nationalists I could think of.
that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm shooting Tommy Robinson. Oh, excellent.
Yes, you're fighting the dwarf.
And you wanted this not to be a bloodbath?
Yeah, we're fighting the dwarven equivalent of skinheads. This is going to
Yes,
be
We are.
Yeah.
great.
Yes. If you think of the guy as a Tommy Robinson alike leading a gang of skinheads, you're probably
Right.
not a million
Yeah.
miles off.
Now I have this image of the skinhead equivalent in dwarves being ones that have actually shaved off their beards.
No, no.
I
God.
love the idea of skin chins.
Skin chins. Oh no, does that make Orban an accidental skin chin because he can't grow a proper beard?
Oh God, he's like all those
That
people.
would be it, yeah.
Oh, you young man who thought, I know I'm losing my hair, so I'll just shave it all off and then
Male tag
twigged.
beardlessness.
Yes.
And I will spend. I'm guessing I'll need to spend an action to load the crossbow at that point.
Yes.
So I then spend stamina, or do I have an action?
You have
to
an
load?
action. You have.
Okay.
You can move and you can load your crossbow. If you want to fire it, you need to spend 3 to
Yeah.
get
Okay.
another
No.
action.
I'm not firing first. So I will duck behind the pillar and load my crossbow.
Okay. Right. So that's that. Are we going to advance that? No, we're not. Fine. So, Orban.
Yes. Is it time to throw knives?
Yes, it
if
could
it turns
be.
out I can actually shoot
Please
from
bear
that
in
far.
mind the right-hand front minion is actually Blake, for reasons known to somebody who is.
So that's the one you want to throw knives at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that from behind they all look the same.
I mean,
Blake is actually
Like crouching
effectively
a lot.
Yeah, Blake is actually effectively masking the 3 guys on the right-hand side from your
Mask.
position.
That's a new word for it, for what he intends to do to them anyway.
All right. Step
Uh-huh.
forward, draw a knife, yeet at this. You can't see where I'm pointing, but Morik's minion 4, the one that just punched.
Okay, yeah, the one who is currently highlighted, yes?
Yeah,
Right.
and that is sleight of hand, I believe.
No, it's a D10 plus athletics.
It's plus athletic. Oh, why did I think it was sleight of hand?
Because
I
you're
don't
used
know.
to drawing things quietly. And
D10
without
plus
people
athletics.
looking. Yeah, D10 plus athletics, it does explode. Fortunately,
7 plus 5 plus my dex,
Uh-huh.
which is so 7 plus 15. So it's a 22.
Well, he just exploded. So
Down or up?
up.
Bugger!
So that's a 12 plus. I think he may actually have dodged that.
Ah, bugger!
oh no.
I know. I am genuinely surprised.
I'm so offended. That was a really good throw.
Yeah. Hang on.
It was a pretty average throw, actually, but still.
Let me just double check that his dodge escape. 23. What was your total?
22.
He did. He actually dodged it.
You what? Did he
Yeah.
fucking Matrix dodge that shit?
Yes.
Okay, we need to save this guy, keep this guy alive so he can be a PC in another
No,
in
you
another
don't
campaign.
understand. You don't understand, Peyton. If we keep him alive, he's going to be on the list of problematic rival interest that Druck keeps assigning.
I mean, I'm not hearing any problems.
No.
He's a skinhead. I draw the line somewhere.
I mean, okay, maybe if we hit him in the head hard enough, he'll rethink his life choices.
Yeah.
Enemies to lovers, 50k. Yeah?
Oh god. 50k slow burn.
Excuse me while I just roll for the guy behind him as well.
Yes, please hit the guy behind him at least.
Who just exploded?
What?
If anyone is watching and has the visibility on the tracker, I just rolled another 10. So
Wow.
that's
Druck is actually working in NPC's favour now.
Already joining the Dwarven nationalist movement, they taught them advanced martial arts.
the second
Yeah.
one. The second one scored a
Oh, no.
29 on his dodge escape.
Oh my god.
Oh no! As soon as
Is
you
this
call them
Mahakam or
dwarven-
Gamatage?
as soon as
Is there
you call
another one
them the
behind
dwarven
him?
nationalists-
Yes,
No, there's
there
a
is.
wall. There's a wall.
No, there's minion 1.
No, minion.
Kind of.
we have a new nickname for the leader now, since you're calling them
Yeah.
that is Marek Le Pen.
Oh, God. Yeah. Okay.
How the fuck did they dodge that?
Okay. Minion 1, because I will give you that, because apparently they just went... Woof, woof.
Okay.
Minion 1 standing at the back going, what? Oh, I'm safe back here. No, I don't want to get into any fun. No, I'm just here for the beer. And as a result of the other two apparently just turning sideways and parting, he only rolled a 17 on his dodge escape.
That's still really good.
Hit him. Would you like to roll a d10 and tell me where you hit
Oh
him?
my god. That's actually fucking dreadful. Excuse me, fucking... Oh, I see the problem. It's exploded. It doesn't explode because it's a hit
explode.
location to 10.
You've hit him in the
It's
left
10.
leg. I think it
Hit
caught
the
it at the
leg.
end of its
Yeah.
arc.
Yeah, the end of it. I just rose into his foot.
Yes.
Oh, that's still pretty unpleasant.
It is, yeah. Would you like to... Fortunately,
So I
it's
roll
not
for
it's
damage.
not a
I
crit.
roll a d6.
You do. Should be a d6 plus 2, or is it just a d6?
A 3. Did it even go through the boot?
It went through the boot, but it didn't go through his skin,
Okay.
because he's a dwarf.
Yeah, fair enough. I also have that bullshit.
Yes. Right.
What the fuck was this? I mean, bravo! Bravo to them.
I'm sorry, it's just the path of this knife is just like... Thump, thump, thump. What? Ow! You've got him in the toe. Okay.
This
so,
is almost as bad as the one time that I was doing the Dragon Age RPG. And a fucking Blighthound
Right.
blinked when I threw a knife directly at its iron. That was enough.
Okay. So,
That was enough. It was 1 point off on damage. The knife landed in the eyelid.
Yes. So, Morrick's minion number 1, who is going, what? Did not expect to get hit. Spud, would you like to roll me an intimidation check? Actually, no.
Please,
not
please.
Spud.
We love it when Auburn rolls intimidation checks.
No, unfortunately, it's going to be Blake who is actually here.
Oh, but Auburn's ones are great.
Blake's not throwing knives at them, though.
Yeah, true.
He hasn't done anything intimidating yet. All he's done is got punched
Okay,
for no effect.
in that case, Auburn, make me an intimidation check, please.
I mean, watch as I explode downwards now. It's just that we have a history with Auburn's intimidation checks being fucking hilarious. Yeah, it wasn't great. It's just a 5 in total.
Right, his resist coercion is...
Oh, no, hang on. Plus intimidation plus willpower. Hold on, check what willpower is. Oh, so it's a 13. No, it's a 14. I can count.
Oh,
No, it is a 13. I'm so fucking stupid.
he got a 12. You actually just intimidated him into running away. I'm not kidding.
Ormond is a strangely intimidating little man. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has the eyes of a madman.
Yes, the only reason he's intimidating is because he's clearly madder than a madder than a shithouse rat.
Looks completely unintimidating. Second you actually do anything, his eyes. He's had enough.
Yes.
He's so small.
As I just said, crazier than a shithouse rat.
Absolutely. Okay, so yeah, the guy who was standing at the back didn't particularly want to be in a mob anyway, and it just got stabbed in the foot for his problems.
Why he was standing at the back.
Yeah, has decided he doesn't want to be here anymore and has buggered off.
He's only here because his mate bullied him into coming along.
Exactly.
I want that back!
Yeah, unfortunately, your knife is
Not
stuck
with
in
your
his
dagger
boot.
sticking out of his foot.
I've lost 2 daggers this session.
He's running along. You know when you tread on a drawing pin and you do that really weird walk where you're
No,
walking
I've
on
never
your
trod
heel?
on a drawing pin!
Yeah,
Jesus!
I have. I can also not recommend treading on security tags. The little metal
Oof.
pins that go into the placky security
God, yeah.
tags. Don't tread on them because they pin your shoe to
I-
your foot. Right.
You can, however, recommend walking on sunshine.
Yes. Okay, moving on to Hadavir.
Boo!
I just seen one of those blokes run away.
Yeah, the guy who got hit with Spud's dagger, with Auburn's dagger, has just turned and legged it.
Yes, he's gone to go and complain to someone, possibly his mother. Mom, bad people threw knives at me.
All right.
Mum, I don't like it, Mum.
Adavir's going to shout across to
me, no food
their
knife.
lead bod.
Uh-huh.
You've already had one run away. We outnumber you. Back down, and none will get hurt.
Oh, this is brilliant. We've got Battle of the Accents.
Aye. Adavir does sound like he comes from Markham.
Yeah, the accent was decided on before I knew that the folks from Markham had the same accent.
The trouble is, if I say Markham
Well,
too much,
don't
Were
anyway
you
accept
raised
our
by
game.
dwarves?
I mean,
I don't
a lot
like
of
Scottish dwarves.
a
What
lot
do I
of
need to? I'm going to assume this is an intimidation.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if Trut hadn't decided on the northern dwarves, then they would have the same accent as
18.
Blake.
Yes. 18. Okay. His is the wrong stats. Hang on. Yes, they would have otherwise had accents like Blake. Look you.
Mm-hmm. Tolkien's dwarves were
Yes.
obviously Welsh.
Oh, mate.
Short,
So
dark, hairy
sorry.
men who live down holes, and one of them's called Owen.
Yes, Owen, Glowing, Killy, and Feely. And people made them Scottish. It's just what the hell, guys.
I'm not positive. I would have to look it up, do some research. But I have a feeling that the Scottish dwarf thing is actually a D&D thing.
I think it is. Right,
That's
so
an early D&D distinguish it from Tolkien.
Hadavir, you did not beat his resist coercion.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah, you equaled it, but you had to beat it. So
Such is life.
he looks a little bit taken aback, but he's not running anywhere.
Is this Morik?
Yes. Are you doing anything else? Are you baying an extra action, or are you moving on?
Does that take my full action to attempt that?
That will take your action if you can do something else if you spend 3 stamina, and you can still move.
What weapons are they carrying?
They're not. They're currently unarmed.
Or they're not wielding any anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they may have knives.
And you
They
said, you
do
said
have
some
knives.
of them were in. Were not in. Oh God, I've forgotten the word. Hang
Gambson.
on. That's the way you said. Someone in Gambison.
This is true. The back 2, you see the guy who's highlighted?
Yep.
The 2 behind him, so minions 5 and 3 are not wearing gambesons, they are
5 and
wearing
3.
tunics.
Right. Duly noted.
They are relying on the fact that all dwarves have 3 armour as part of their skin.
Right. So now I'm just going to sidestep behind this big. I think this is a stalactite. You said this big
Yep.
one here.
Yep. If it's big and square, it goes floor to ceiling.
Yep. I'm going to sidestep behind that for the time being and see how things pan out.
Okay.
But sorry,
So-
let me make a note of those numbers. It was 3 and 5. Did you say that were
That are
In
tunics,
shirts?
yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 and 5?
So, Blake. I'm the invisible Blake.
So,
Invisible Blake.
Minion 4, who I assume is the one who just punched me rather futilely,
Yep. Is giving it his best.
is in between me and Morik, isn't he?
Yeah, you'd have to get past him to...
Yeah.
Attack
so
Morik.
this is somewhat unfortunate for Minion 4.
Oh. Okay.
Because Blake, without taking his hands out off his maul, is going to slightly step around it and make a strong attack kick against Minion 4.
Oh, okay. Feel free to move yourself and then make your attack.
He's not really moving much. I mean, it's literally only going to be as far as about there. It's because the hammer's still in place. He's just kind of like rotating around the hammer to get the angle and then boot
Yeah.
straight at this guy. So I'm attacking at -3 for making a strong attack.
Oh, that's the wrong guy.
Given the length of the handle, does
And
that effectively
using-
count as Blake pole dancing?
That is effectively,
Hey.
yes. He is pole dancing, most definitely. So effectively, I am rolling this with 7 to add to the die.
I've got visions now of Blake doing one of those
Bugger.
spinning kicks, the ones that bring you up
Yeah, this is-
horizontally and over.
Yeah.
This is going to miss. I only got 10.
You got 10. Okay.
However, I've got luck.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you had
I
that
can
before
spend
you
luck.
roll.
I thought I could spend luck before I know whether I've hit.
No, before you roll.
Oh.
Bear in mind,
That's
though,
bloody-
that... Oh, yeah, it's a strong attack, isn't it? Yes. So, that's is that a total of 10 after the -3?
Yes, that is a total of 10.
Okay.
That's what total is.
No, I was just checking you'd applied the modifier, that's all.
Yeah, the strong attack cancels my brawling skill.
Okay, bloody hell. Right, okay, so that's -5. So his dodge escape is that, so he's actually got 7 defense.
I hate your dice sometimes, I really do.
No? Why?
Because had
Honestly,
he
I was
stood
just
still
rolling
and
it.
not tried to dodge, I'd have missed him. But because you rolled dice, I hit him. Do you know how bad that makes me feel? That I'm not hitting because Blake did well. I'm hitting because your dice decided I was going to.
He was going to get a dodge escape anyway. He always gets a defense. Right.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to. And if he chose not, we established this earlier. If he chose not to, the difficulty would be 10. I rolled 10, therefore I missed him. But because he tried to dodge,
Yep.
I've hit him.
Yep.
He dodged into it.
Yes.
It's frustrating knowing that I've hit by literal blind luck, nothing to do with my character's skills. And I'm sorry for being whingy, but that kind of thing always annoys me. I
I'm
prefer to
sorry.
win because I've done something right. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's not on you,
So
Trap.
damage.
It's a system issue.
Whatever.
What's the damage for a kick?
Damage for a kick.
Because I can't just click the button. I don't trust the game system not to
Oh,
screw
for a
up
kick.
when I click it.
Oh, good point, yes. Ouch.
It's a D6 plus 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or, no.
No, D6 plus 2.
I thought that was a punch. Okay.
Hang on.
Sheetless punches D6 plus 2.
A kick is D6 plus 6.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. Yes, I'm reading the wrong one. That's just me being an idiot. So,
No.
yes, D6 plus 6.
Plus my melee bonus.
Yep.
Presumably. And double for the fact that it's a strong. Is that
Yeah.
rolling twice or rolling and doubling? It's been a while since I've hit something in this game.
It is... Well, it's possibly the first time anyone's done a strong, to be honest. In ages.
No.
Roll twice.
Again, with me in it, we've had strongs before.
Yeah, okay. Roll twice.
Roll twice. So 2d6 plus 16, if I'm assuming that I double everything.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord. Blake's gonna kill one of them.
Non-lethal damage, I can't. I'm the only
No.
person who's actually attacking non-lethal so far.
Yep. Because Blake's good enough to do that. It's 20.
So that's 20 damage.
We've done 20 points of damage to his leg.
Yeah, it's a really crap
That's
roll.
a broken leg.
No, it isn't. But only because there are specific criticals.
Because
will break
that
it.
would require a critical, and I didn't get a critical.
Yes. However, what that is putting him down to seriously wounded, or putting him down to wounded rather, and he is going to be making a courage check. Because he's very much aware of the fact he's at the front of the pack and you're directly in front of him. Okay, that will do. Okay, he's not running. So, you can indeed step around him. I assume.
Yeah, I mean, what I was hoping to do was that kick would knock him out of the way enough for me to be able to step
It has,
through.
yeah. I mean, he is getting knocked back.
At which point, obviously, the hammer comes up off the floor at
Yeah.
this point because I can't move. Otherwise, I'd be just leaning across and holding onto the
Yeah.
hammer with an outstretched
Then
arm.
you would.
Yeah, the hammer comes up off the floor and comes with me as I step over towards Morik.
Okay, yeah. So that puts you what about there?
About there, yes.
Up there.
You might want to reconsider, Boyle.
Thank you, Blake.
Blake has now basically stepped into the line of fire versus everybody.
Oh yeah, because that makes what I want to do next nice, actually.
Okay. I'm such a mad bastard, I'm going to shoot my own people. No, wait, hang on. Wrong accent.
If I'll shoot him and he's my friend, just think what I'll do to you.
Yeah, that's not a Kaveri accent, is it? Right. So that was Blake. I take it Blake is now done. Minion 3 is an idiot and is going to try and push up, but can't.
Oh no, they're going to try and
really.
jump Blake.
Yeah, unfortunately he really can't.
Because that couldn't possibly end poorly.
He's basically waiting for Minion 4 to get out of the way.
Limp out of the way.
Yeah,
You mean?
yeah. Minion 4 would very much like to going to stand at the back now, please. Minion 5 is again, he is basically going, get off me, to Minion 4. These guys do all have names, but I couldn't be bothered putting them onto the combat tracker. Which brings him to 2, so he actually can get a swing on Blake. The one directly behind Morik. Why are you guys locked to the
Are they
grid?
gridlocked?
They shouldn't be. But just because it doesn't, just because it wasn't, doesn't mean. Minimize layers, drawing. I don't want to lock tokens. Okay, I'm confused, never mind. Right, close enough. So, he is going to have a go at swinging at Blake. You hit my mate!
Yeah.
Leave
He
it,
I'm going to demonstrate to him why that's an exceptionally bad idea.
yeah, leave it, Kev. It's not worth it.
I'm not dodging.
Oh.
I'm going to block.
Okay.
Oh, you bastard. He's using his
Yeah, I'm
bare
gonna let him
hands.
punch my hammer, basically.
Oh, you sod.
Ooh.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You've been playing alongside Fishy for how long?
Oh, there is that. Okay. So would you like to roll your block, please, Fish?
Right. I think that's my skill. Oh no, that's right. Hang on a moment while I just check my melee skill, which I know is like one of my highest skills.
Yeah.
Yeah. So plus reflex is 13 plus only 16.
Yeah, that'll do it. Because his 15 was pretty good. But 16 is better.
Fortunately, my hammer immediately now takes 1 point of non-lethal damage, so I will have to.
Yes, your reliability
Pat it
number
on the
will
head.
go down by 1.
Just a glass of milk or something later on.
Yes.
I'm assuming that my reliability will not go down by 1 because it's non-lethal damage and therefore won't actually hurt the hammer.
Yeah, I was about to actually say that, but yes, there's basically a fist mark in. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a heavy thunk and possibly the slight popping of somewhat of his hand breaking, and
I
Well,
was thinking the sound might be the equivalent to the dinner gong going off.
let's see how much damage he does. Oh. 8 points of damage he was going to do. And yeah, I see no reason why that isn't going to be done to his fist.
The obvious thing is to deliver that to his fist,
Yeah, so
Ouch.
5 points of damage.
I mean, if you want to be generous in case this happens to a PC at a later date, and you don't want to hurt your PCs too much, you could say maybe that it takes half the damage he would have dealt to his fist. But one way or another, he's going to take that damage.
Yeah, he's taking the damage, so he is taking 5 points of damage after his hardened skin, because
After
his
armored
hands
dwarf, yeah.
his hands aren't armoured. And this is specifically his hands. Armour is not going to count.
So I can now complete the quote that I started saying earlier on, which is, whomsoever wields this hammer is a hard bastard.
Yeah. Doink. Crump. Right. bastard fish. You really are. He's not going to get his second attack as a result of basically going. Okay, and Cooper Morick is very surprised and is going to aim a strong punch at you, Blake.
Okay.
So
well,
he is actually making a strong, because this is not
I'm
going
not
how
gonna
it's
pull-
supposed to.
Does he want to learn from the mistake of his underling there? Just maybe.
apparently not.
I don't think they've got
I'm
very
actually
high
not going to
education
pull the
for
same trick on
Okay.
Morick. Largely just because I want him in enough of one piece for us to be able to negotiate if necessary, or for other people to negotiate. Blake doesn't do the negotiating, Blake does the softening up. But I'm actually just going to dodge against this one instead of trying to break his hand.
That's looking promising.
Ooh, yes, that's 20 on my
That's
dodge.
beating his 17. If it hadn't been a strong attack, he still would have failed because he would have had to beat your defense, not match it.
And it's -3 for a strong attack. So,
Yeah, I know.
that would have put him to exactly 20. So
Yes.
yeah, he still would have failed. Wouldn't he?
Yes.
Same as I would have missed had that, and I got that guy not dodged because I
Yeah.
would have got the 10
So-
rather than better than the.
He is going to take a couple of steps back as his move, having made this whacking great haymaker, which failed miserably, in the hopes that his minions will now swarm you.
He swings a whacking great haymaker at
Thin air.
Blake, who just reverses his direction slightly, takes one step back, and then moves back in again after it swings past.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so that is moving it down. That was Cooper Moek. So Nell, I am going to arbitrarily say goes into hiding. Seems fair. And Cadvile.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do the same. Not much I can contribute to this fight.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's
Feel
not my.
free to pick where you wish to shelter then.
I mend wounds. I don't
Yeah.
cause them when I can avoid it. I'm gonna hide here,
Yeah.
hide there.
Yeah. Right. So, keeping the same initiative order, Minion 4 is regretting his life choices. Is on 15 hit points and can't get out.
If this means that he rethinks being a skinhead and becomes a more productive member of society, then I'm all for it.
So, since his hand hurts, and he hurts a lot, he is going to kick you. Blake.
He's going to run out of limbs.
Yes.
Surely it's Minion 3 whose hand hurts.
No, Minion... Yeah, sorry, yes, my apologies. No, Minion 4 is the
Minion
one
4 was the one whose leg hurts.
Yes. Oh, God. Yeah, okay, I'll have to punch you then. So, quick attack. First
He
punch.
doesn't have to. I mean, he doesn't want to. Nobody's forcing him.
First punch. He is going... I'm waiting on whether or not you defend.
Obviously I'm going to defend, yes. We're in a new round, aren't we? So
You are.
I don't have to spend any stamina for this one.
Nope, this one's free. That's
Right,
one
so
free, he
my
says.
free defense then will be a dodge, I suppose. And this time I'm actually going to remember that if I type the modifier, my skill, into the modifier box, I don't need to do the maths myself.
Ah.
So that's a total of 16.
Okay. And he got a total of 20. So he is unfortunately hitting you. And he is hitting you on the left leg.
I've
Because
got
of-
no armor on the leg. Make sure you're taking damage.
Yeah.
Hey, he obviously picked
So-
up on that.
D6 plus 2. Oh, you're taking the smeg. was doing so well up to that point. 3.
What happened?
I rolled a 1.
Oh, well done.
It was like,
Kick
yeah,
a
total
6.
20. Yeah. No, he's
Do I
punching.
just
Oh, right.
take hit point damage as normal
Yes.
and remember that it's non-lethal?
Yes, please.
So I don't know how non-lethal damage is handled in this game.
Pretty much the same. It will knock you out as far as the same way that going to 0 hit points would, but you recover faster. And it won't kill you.
So basically, it's normal damage except that it can't kill you.
Yeah. Criticals can,
just
though.
still
You can
feels
still die to
normal, I
crits. I
suppose.
will point this out. Because even in the barb ball, you can still accidentally break someone's neck.
Oh yeah,
Or fracture their skull.
happens all the time.
Yeah.
What is the mechanism for doing non-lethal? Is it an extra modifier on your to hit to pull the blowing
Yeah,
up, not to kill?
you can
Yeah.
make a pommel strike, which is I had that a moment ago. Let me find it again. Pommel strike. When making a weapon attack, you can non-lethally strike against a target by bashing with the pommel of your weapon. Halve the weapon's damage roll and apply it as non-lethal. Doesn't seem to be any penalty to hit, just less damage and non-lethal.
Yeah, basically.
Fair enough.
You pull the blow, not the attack.
Yeah. Please go away, Windows. I do not need you here. Sorry, my taskbar has decided that apparently the rest of my
Right.
window is none of my business. Just in case you wish to know who you are being attacked by.
There also doesn't seem to be any penalty for disarm.
There isn't.
Nope.
It's just disarm instead of damage.
Yeah. I just thought you might like to see, since I have just shared it to you, who you are being attacked by.
So they are skinheads.
Basically.
Yeah.
They are, yeah.
Yeah. No, well
That
armed
probably
they
looks
are.
a bit like someone I follow on TikTok.
That's worrying.
It's a little bit disturbing, yeah. Only slightly. Okay, so that was $1,000,004.
I absolutely know what I want to do to Morik, but it would be a really bad idea, so I'm not going to.
His second,
Do it.
the second
No,
of
don't
his
do it.
fast attacks, Fish. Are you spending a point to defend against? He is punching with his other hand.
Yes, I will spend a point to defend, and I will dodge again. So my dodge is that. Ooh, 16.
Okay. That is a 4 plus his... Oh, which is 16. That's annoying. I was
So
hoping you'd
just
get
barely
another
got
punch
away
from
with
you. Yeah, you basically... Yeah, you doinked off that one. So,
Well, don't hope too hard. Bear in mind that these guys are successfully hitting Blake, who has the highest combat skills in the party. If they get past him, the rest of them are toast unless Hadabir just massacres everyone.
who is that? Yes. Yeah. If Blake wanted to kill everybody, the fight would go very differently. But Blake is at the moment being
No.
good.
No, it wouldn't, because their chances of hitting him are exactly the same, whether he wants to kill them or not.
Loic.
Okay, so seeing as Upamarix kind of like had been introduced to Blake, Loic has a slight change of plan, which is possibly foolish, but you know, let's see. Let me know if any of this requires me to expend more stamina.
Okay.
But so what I'm going to do is he is basically 5 meters away from me.
Yep,
I would say at this point.
pretty much.
So Loic is going to use his distraction
Yeah.
narratively to basically sprint
Uh-huh.
to behind him.
Uh-huh.
Crossbow is aimed at his foot.
Right.
Morik then also feels a pinprick against his neck. For where there wasn't a blade, Elegance shifts out of my hand. It is now pointed at his neck, as Loic says in Dwarven, again in Dwarven. It didn't have to go like this. Call off your men. We can all step down. We'll go about our business, and we will leave you be.
Proof once more that Loic is the scariest shopkeeper this side of Arkwright.
And I'm guessing this is. I'm guessing this is an intimidate.
This is indeed an intimidate. He has Blake in front of him. He has you behind him with a knife.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, with a jeweled poignard at his neck, basically. So
What?
I am going to do an intimidate roll, which should be relatively decent. My willpower is 8, if I remember correctly. Here I'm going to be cheeky. So elegance. My poignard gives me a +1 to accuracy if I'm fighting with it. Can I
Yeah.
get that +1 to my intimidate roll?
Or
Or is that too cheeky?
Okay. I am going to make this dependent upon whether or not he recognises it as such. So, I am going to give him a small blades plus intelligence check to recognise the properties of a poignard. From behind. I mean, obviously he can't tell,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
this is going to be tricky, but let's see.
Like, yeah, I'm no one special. He won't
No.
know that.
No,
of
it's
me
it's
or
the
my-
weapon that he's scared of, not you.
Yeah.
So that
I'm just a merchant.
you are, yeah, right. So that is small blade. Is that so? That's a total of 19. I think he's familiar enough with them to recognise what it feels like.
Cool.
So yeah, you can have your +1 indeed to the intimidation check.
So 8 plus 3, so that's 12 plus D10.
Yep.
So that is an 19.
Okay, so he has a total of resist coercion is 12. So if he rolls a 6 or even a 7 or better, he will succeed. That's a 6. No word of a lie.
nice. Well done.
Bastard.
Yes, for arguing successfully. Thank you, Drat.
If this means we can finish the module in good time, I'm not going to complain.
I can't believe that +1 got you a bloody intimidation check.
Drop, they're just like, sure. Oh, also, Drop, because you rolled extra, the roll you rolled for the knife knowledge check would have been his resist check.
Oh, good point. Yeah. Yes, thank you for making out it's entirely my own fault. Fine. Have we lost a fish, by the way?
Good question.
Nope.
Okay.
No, I muted temporarily, but
No, it's all right. Okay. So I've run out of windows, so I couldn't see Discord. So I wasn't sure. Right, okay.
I was
So-
making a cup of tea.
Okay. So thanks to successfully arguing the extra +1 for it being the poignard, you have just successfully intimidated Cooper Morrick. To be fair, I would be fairly intimidated if someone put a knife to my spine. I'm funny like that. That's no need to be hasty.
My words exactly. My thoughts exactly.
Look, we didn't want any trouble.
Of course not.
You have
And
That's
all
the
of
odd
this
way
is
of-
smilingly in Elder speech in Dwarven.
Yeah. Dwarven and Elder speech not being the same.
Just
thing,
a
but yeah.
little misunderstanding.
Blake will casually drop the hammer onto his shoulder. So is that it then? Fight over? I was quite
and
enjoying that.
I respond back in the common tongue. Master Morik and I are just ensuring that this is an amicable departure. and back into Dwarven, aren't we?
Come on,
Even
lads.
more amicable if I was given back the knife I was owed.
While that conversation's happening,
Yeah.
Adavir's gonna walk forward and just stand a little bit behind Blake,
Right. That
crossed
counts as
arms,
cover.
looking at the dwarves, waiting for them to leave.
Orban, can Orban go forward to like the skinheads and just start looking and see if they have any knives on them that would be remotely suitable as throwing knives?
Not really. This is all happening a little bit quickly. So,
It'd be quite
Maybe
funny,
we'll
but
see you
okay.
lads at the festival, right? Raise a few
Right.
flagons together, isn't it?
absolutely. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Loic takes a small step back and just slightly turns the blade away. The crossbow is still pointed downwards.
You might want to get some ice on that hand, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And the minions all pull a fade as Morik basically sidles along the wall, not wanting to turn his back particularly on anyone, and definitely not wanting to get too close to Blake and that fecking wall. Because that's horrible.
As he sidles away, the blade disappears up Loic's sleeve again, and he gives a slight bow in Morik's direction.
Jesus.
You are.
Terrible.
Oh, you magnificent bastards, the lot of you.
Just bastards, really, to be honest. Let's be honest here.
Merchants.
Yeah.
I mean, these things are not mutually exclusive.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
And people
Almost like Loic had certain military background before he became a merchant.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
That's,
so
all right, we out of combat now.
yeah, you are now out of combat.
Ah,
Kedvar will come out from behind the pillar.
You done.
Very, very well done, my friends. That was quite. Oh, chase. That was a little scary.
Loic lets out a long exhale as he takes the bolt off his crossbow.
You know the only bad thing about all this? It's going to take me 10 minutes to get this bloody hammer strung up again.
That's not how this fight went.
Do any of you have any cuts or bruises I need to look at?
I think
what
we're
counts.
good here.
All right.
Let's be quick. Let's be thorough, but as quick as we can.
Yes, let's continue.
Blake took a bash, and that was
Blake
it.
lost 3 hit points. He's really not that fast.
Okay.
That's more
Wait, I
bruising.
took some earlier. I'd appreciate medical attention for whatever the hell happened to me earlier that took off 13 hit points.
Yeah, if I'd realised you were that badly off, presumably that's in the fight with the bandits.
Yeah.
So we can go for a retrospective.
Thank you.
Yep.
Medicine check if you wish. It's healing hands time. Oh, doctor person.
It is. Yes. That would have been brilliant if his surname had been Person with 2 S's to make him sound like a complete fraud.
Yes, doctor person.
I am a human being just like you are.
Yes, that's up there with Mr. Doctor.
I would be severely worried if he was Dr. Man.
Yes.
Okay, that didn't actually go through, so I'm going to try it again and just not suck.
Sounds like a Hideo Kojima character.
15.
Okay. Is it in healing hands?
Healing hands, yes.
Yes, we never actually had to do recovery before. You realise this? This is just, it's never actually particularly happened.
No.
We don't really do.
We haven't
combat,
had a doctor.
which is obviously why I created a combat monster for my second character. Because
Well, I have a
combat,
character who's supposed to dodge, but apparently he fucked that up.
I mean, the dice are fickle things.
Indeed. Skills.
Okay, so it's
I am just looking.
If needs be, I can add some retrospective magical healing on top of that.
of course it's not 15, is it? Because it's intelligence plus healing hands. Isn't
Yes.
It? So that would be 25.
Okay. Right.
Sorry,
Sounds like the
I-
magical healing might not be needed.
Quite possibly.
Let me do my job, God damn it!
Also, doctors are the only ones who can deal with criticals.
Yes.
Well, it
I've-
takes a shitload of healing magic to deal with a crit.
Yeah.
Alternatively, this spell can be used repeatedly to heal a critical wound.
See previous shitload.
Yeah,
Um,
shitload.
You do. It really, really is. My brain has gone away. Sorry, hang on.
That's fine. Don't worry.
I'm not. I'm just having one of those. Just because the combat section was directly in front of me, which is where healing lives, does not mean. So the DC was 14. Oh, for God's sake!
Okay, so I beat that by 11. I mean, even if I hadn't added on the 10 from intelligence, I'd have still beaten it. That's.
Okay, Spud, you
Yes.
can heal half your recovery. Since we're
Sorry,
we're backdating this to the previous fight, so basically.
okay, I could heal half.
Your rec. It'll be on your character sheet somewhere.
Oh yeah, 6. So I could heal 3.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yay!
You heal your full recovery for every day of rest. If you're doing stuff, then you don't get
Okay.
you don't get a day of rest, basically.
Well, good thing there's a couple of days of rest coming up where he will be drinking copious amounts of alcohol.
Yeah, I'm
That
not
will probably
sure.
help.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
I
that
don't think-
counts as rest.
What? I mean, it's only going to be thinning the blood massively. I'm sure it's no problem.
It's a relaxant. It's a sedative.
Right.
Just
He'll
out of interest,
feel like he's healed
if
up.
the rule set is working,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
that little
So.
plus next to your recovery on your character sheet should add your
Yeah.
recovery value.
All
It should
right.
heal your recovery value.
Let's-
But
let's-
if the rule set is working, which there's no guarantee.
Yeah,
at
I
the moment.
apologise because it worked last time. It didn't occur to me to check immediately before the
Right.
session.
No, you just assume that a thing that worked before will still work, and unfortunately, that's not a good
I'm a
assumption.
fool. Right.
Let us continue the search.
Okay, yep. So, yes, you can go back to searching the cave.
Okay.
Let me just go back to that. Oh, God. I have not been sitting still too long. Sorry, my watch is whinging at me.
Yeah, you get used to it.
I was switching that off. Right. So, yes, you
back
were
up
going
here
back
then.
to what you were searching. You can indeed find your knife again, Auburn. It merely hit the wall after it fell out of the guy's foot.
Oh, thank God.
So don't panic, you haven't lost another knife. And exploring around, I believe you said Cavile was exploring to the right of the monument.
That was my intention. Yes.
Yeah, I was exploring around. Well, here, this area where the body was supposed to be
Okay, that's fine.
found.
The area where
Yeah,
the body was allegedly found is basically it's rubble from the ceiling. However, you can make me an awareness check.
Whee! Awareness. It is 3 plus int plus a dice roll. 9 plus. Oh, intelligence, right?
Yep.
Yeah. 15. Nothing incredible. But...
Okay. If you're judging the area right where the body was found, going by what the workman said, there's one of the pillars, which is presumably the one that collapsed and dumped most of the cave roof into the area. And it has, at the broken off part, it has a chipped and splintered lateral impact. As if hit sideways. Cadfile.
Hello.
To the right of the... Sorry. To the right of the monument, you can see again the whole floor is just scattered with rubble. It's not huge. It has already been partially cleared, but obviously they've concentrated on the big bits. Behind a cluster of stalagmites, since you're looking in the right place, on the right-hand side of the wall, is me going back into mask mode so that I can expose that.
All right. Ooh, we'll go over here, and just so you can say you found it.
Yep. Is the entrance to a tunnel, half in the wall, half in the floor.
He thinks to himself, curious. And I think, give me a second. Right, is there a word? Enhancer, my friends.
Ah. Okay.
I believe I found something over here.
Ah,
Some sort of tunnel.
tunnel.
Gonna peek
Yes.
in.
Small and hidden, the kind that maybe someone who has committed a murder might sneak down, you know?
Or maybe it is the tunnel, the access. I'm guessing that this isn't the access point that I've forgotten what their names are.
Shaylee and the knees.
Shaylee and Nanise were using.
They said they got into Mahakam through an access point, climbing through a hidden
Yeah.
passage, but they were found by the entrance to this cave.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so yeah, given where they were found, I doubt this is the one that they were talking about. But
Well, gosh darn.
It would seem awfully coincidental if their access point came to exactly where they wanted to be.
Yeah, what is this? A fighting fantasy? No, wait, hang on.
Yeah.
We could always follow it, see where it goes.
probably wise.
Have we discovered everything we can about the monument?
I look at the. I want to look at the. I want to look at the statue.
Okay.
And just see how was the how high off the how high off the ground would the hammer have been?
It is of impressive height, which means it's about 6 feet off the ground, the platform that the hammer would have sat on.
And it's just a hammer. It wasn't in the hands of a statue or something like that.
No, what it is there is a platform inset into the monument with a small dip.
Right. Okay.
So the hammer would sit in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, is there anything? So actually, for anyone tall, it wouldn't have been a big deal to actually come in and pick this up. But
Almost like it was built by smaller people.
yeah. So yeah, I just want to have a quick look around. Is there anything suggestive or anything out of the ordinary?
It's
with regards to the
really hard to
platform?
tell if there's anything else about it because this place has had a massive rockfall and then been cleared.
Sure.
So any trace evidence that was here.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, given that the rockfall or the cavernfall, we should probably work out, see if we can figure out if the how the rockfall was triggered, if at all possible.
I may have something on that. He's going to beckon you over to point to the supporting pillar and go, now, I'm not an investigator, but that to me looks like someone intentionally took out a supporting pillar.
Ah. Yes, indeed. The angle of the strike suggests a deliberate attack. Well done.
Orban does the sort of the slightly
wiggle.
happy wiggle when you just get your song.
So in your considered opinions, that simply taking out the support beam would have been enough to take out would have been enough to trigger a rockfall.
Judging by the placement, perhaps. I mean, I'm not a miner, but
Unfortunately, neither does Orban.
but based on based on simple deduction, the fact of the matter is this pillar has been taken out. It has sustained damage that suggests a deliberate strike, and a cave-in has occurred in close proximity to this. So,
anything to suggest an explosion? There were reports of a bang, a flash. So I'm wondering if
There was a bang. There was no flash. People
there was
keep
no flash,
assuming
sorry.
there was a flash.
Hmm.
You keep editing in
Sorry.
a flash.
Mhm.
It's more than one of you's done it. I don't quite
Yeah,
know
no,
why.
so yes, the bang could have been from, for example, a hammer hitting a pillar very, very heavily.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yep.
We just keep editing in bang and a flash because we really wanted it to be Mad Baggins.
Oh.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to play. I should run the One Ring starter set for people with
Yes.
working as agents of Mad Baggins.
God.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be.
Works for me.
Anyway, Cadvile is prepared to go down the to enter the
Right.
the hidden tunnel.
Okay, I am going to, therefore, the rest of you can indeed enter the tunnel. Did I actually map the damn tunnel, or did I just say, here's the start and here's the end?
How big is the tunnel?
Yeah, I was about to say, are they too tall for it?
No, because when you're lying down, everyone's the same height.
Ooh, whoa!
I'm just thinking in terms of
Is it a trolley?
Blake getting the mole through the tunnel.
Yeah, I was just going to say you're not the same height if you've got a maul strapped to your back.
Oh god, is it a tunnel you actually have to get down on your front and crawl through?
It is think Star Wars Jeffries tubes. They keep going on about how
That's
cramped
Star
they are.
Trek, isn't
Star
it?
Trek,
Walk
even,
and
sorry.
walk upright.
I need to
Also,
run I need to run a
claustrophobia, I beg of you.
now,
I've done nothing to deserve this. I've been such a good boy.
yes, now I need to run a Star Trek one shot as well. Actually, thinking about it. I've got a lot of
Yes,
things
I know
need to
why I
run.
said
Yeah.
Star Wars then. My brain just went completely off kilter.
We
Yes,
knew what you meant.
yes, it's these Star Trek Jeffries tubes, which are described as horribly cramped and, oh my god, no, it's so claustrophobic, and you could hold a game of five-a-side in there.
Yeah, I think the Jeffries tubes are slightly bigger than my apartment.
They are. So, it is, because it's partly in the wall and then slopes down into the floor, you can get in with the maul, no problem. You neither have to steer the maul around a tight right-angled bend, nor do you have to crawl through something where it's wider than the tunnel.
Am I going to have to take them all off my back and carry it through, though, rather than...
If you commando crawl, you're probably fine. If you do the
I tell you what I think I'm going to
elbows
do.
thing.
Normally, he has the maul on his back and he carries the battle axe. So
Yeah.
what he's going to do is he's going to swap them over. The battle axe has a lower profile.
Yep,
So he'll attach that to his back
that's actually a very sensible thing to do.
and carry them all through.
Yeah. Okay. Development, the tight tunnel. It's not that tight. Okay. Yeah. As you crawl through, you all crawl through, which of you is carrying any kind of light source?
I have a bullseye lantern.
You say that as if you think one of us is. Oh, right.
I
Exactly,
knew
let's
at least
have a
one
look.
of you did.
Hold on.
I was about to just wave my hands and then tab through the fucking 5 different programs I have open. Sorry, 6 different programs I have open to try and find the one where my bloody sheet was.
Sorry.
I haven't even noted
That's
down
okay.
all of them.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'll find it!
Okay.
Yeah, the most I would have is just an ordinary torch, if that.
Yeah, can
I have
I
a
also
couple.
have a lantern if it's needed.
Sorry, Peyton.
So I have a couple of candles. That's about it.
Here's the candle to light you to bed. Yeah, no. Here's the chopper if you stick out your head. No, wait. Okay. So, yeah, bullseye lantern is probably the safest bet. Also, whoever's going first. I'm looking at Cadvile. I have a horrible feeling.
Sure, I might as
I
well.
thought I was going to collect the lantern, but okay.
Oh, if you want to go first with the lantern, then that makes.
That would make sense.
Whoever's
I mean,
got the
actually,
lantern
would it
can
though?
go
Because
first.
it's bullseye. and therefore it only shines in one direction, so you wouldn't be able to see anything behind where that beam of light's going. So does it make
You
more
have
sense?
two
to keep it further
lanterns.
back?
One can go at the front, one can go at the back. You therefore have a headlamp and you have a view through the
Okay.
crowd. It's fine.
I shall headlamp.
Okay. So, the first couple of meters of this tunnel are fresh, but after then, the tool marks on the wall are older. Make me a DC 14 awareness. So
Is
you need,
everyone, or-
yeah, this is as you go through.
Does practice paranoia kick in?
No,
Good.
And this is an int skill.
it is.
What the fuck?
That was balanced. You couldn't have tried that.
Oh,
no.
explosion, baby!
Nope, didn't make it.
Hold on, I need to roll my explosion too.
Yeah.
Oh, mine exploded in
One.
the wrong direction.
Yeah, mine's
It's okay.
down.
So,
It was, my awareness
7.
was 13, 12,
Okay.
5.
No, hang on. 8, because you do still add the 1.
You do.
Oh, God. I have
So
a
I got
base of
27.
15. I'm on 8.
Are you seriously
I
telling
got
me
27.
the
You're fine.
dwarf got the thing that's to do with mining? Great.
That is a speciesist assumption. He has never been in. Actually, he has been a mine, but only to rob it.
Okay. There are some things you don't say that loud in Markham.
Okay, he's not saying it out loud. Actually, he might be saying it to the party if they're like, "Oh, trust the dwarf to spot."
Yeah,
Just,
fish.
just for the love of...
Out of interest, what did Blake get?
I don't know because I missed what I was supposed to be rolling.
Awareness, please.
Oh, so bugger all.
Yeah, you say that, but the dice have clearly been playing silly buggers today.
It's based on intelligence, isn't it?
I can also say, by the way, those nice sharp dice that Mickey gave as presents. Don't crunch your fist around when holding the D10.
Ooh, I took one look at the D4 on that, and it's like, ooh, yeah.
Never
I'm,
drop it. Oh, for God's
Alpha
sake!
City.
That's that's 8 minus another D10.
Oh,
And they do.
Oh, that just for good measure.
Oh,
This
and
is
they do
getting
explode.
silly low. So
I think
that's
you
minus
continue it
2
just went
so
blind.
far.
Yeah.
Minus 5.
Wow. Blake's not sure he's in a tunnel.
Yeah, I'm saying this is negatives to like actively ignoring things.
Yes.
Blake
No,
forgot he was in a tunnel and tried to stand up. All
Yeah.
he can see at the moment is stars.
little dwarven birds tweeting around his head.
Beautiful.
Canaries with beards.
Beautiful.
Little pics. Right. Basically, it's as you crawl through this tunnel. It is clearly worked. This is not a natural tunnel. We are not talking erosion through water here. But the only one who actually made the DC, and it was not difficult,
Just some...
was Auburn,
Mm.
who realises a couple of meters into the older tool workings that you are following a vein of ore. You can just see the remaining speckles of what was in the side of the tunnel. So whoever made this tunnel initially was following a vein of metallic ore and obviously followed it until it petered out.
Can I work out what the ore is?
Judging by the quality of the light, you're guessing it was copper.
The
There are
They
vague
took over an old
green-
ore vein.
But the
Use that
last,
to help them get back. Blech.
pardon me, but the last meter or so that you've just crawled in through
Yeah.
is freshly worked
Oh.
and smooth.
Whoever dug this knew that these old ore veins came in close to the chamber. What was Malik's or Marek's?
Morik,
Oh, look.
Morek. What was his business again?
he is a weaponsmith. His people sell metal and weapons, but so does most of Malcolm. To be fair.
Yeah. to be fair, there's a lot of people who are going to have mining connections and who could know. But
Okay, so
crawling down.
crawling along. The tunnel ends at a smooth ceiling slab with handholds chipped into it from underneath.
Okay.
Well done, fish. So, oh god, that was an authentic noise actually for lifting the slab. So, is Auburn going to open the slab in the ceiling?
He's going to. Ooh, what would you even do if you were like test? I guess testing around the edge. But if there's any trap, it's probably not going to be on the other side because they came in through there.
Well, you can make me a practice paranoia if you wish.
I can make a practice paranoia roll. It's true. It's int +6. It's int +6.
Yep.
Plus roll. So my int is 6 and it's 6, so 12, so 19.
Okay. So far as you can tell, this is not trapped.
Okay, I'm gonna lift it, but I'm gonna try and be careful about it. And
Okay.
I can imagine it's not gonna be too quiet, but as quiet as possible.
Okay. When lifted, it makes a surprisingly faint grating noise. The ceiling slab above you is really, really thin. And it's relatively light. When lifted, it opens into a storeroom filled with mining gear. Tools, ropes, props, oil flasks, and lanterns are artfully arranged on wooden shelves, wrapped in greased paper against corrosion. As you climb out, your hands and knees are covered in vaguely greenish mud from the tunnel. Can you all, as you leave the tunnel, make me awareness checks, please?
Please.
Based on the last one,
Oh,
I'm going to
that's
say
better.
no, but I'll roll.
Yeah, that's better.
24.
21.
Yeah, 20.
Okay,
17.
right. As you all climb out
18.
and start brushing yourselves down, you realise that away from the tunnel entrance where the rest of you are all clustered, you can see traces of greenish dried mud on the floor. And those who made a 15 or higher can identify that they are in the print of a boot.
So find the green boots. You find the killer.
There is only one door to this room.
Thank you, Sherlock.
Auburn draws out a pipe.
Okay,
It's one of those really, like, dwarven pipes that are really fucking long.
yeah. I always thought they were really showy. Yeah, he's trying to compensate for something with that.
They're actually just normal sized
Yeah,
pipes,
pipes.
you realise. You
Yeah.
put them in the hands of a human.
True. Right, there is one door out of this room. Before you open it, however, I am going to call a brief bio break and suggest that everyone take a quickie, and then we can then progress, hopefully, to the end of the scenario in the second half. Okay?
Cool.
Right.
Okay.
Oh dear, hello. Let's actually put that into the correct break screen. Back in a mo.
assuming that chat can still hear us. I just seem to find lately that I'm withdrawing a lot of characters because they're just not working how I want them to.
Not sure if chat can hear us.
Yeah, I thought you probably should.
I suspect we're muted, but no, I know what you mean. Oh, you can. Haha. Aha. We can't. Darn. We can't have secret
No,
conversations.
we can't sit here and discuss how awful our chat is.
No, I know what you mean, Fish. Often I often find that the character concept I want doesn't work prior to play, but I will say that, like, for the D&D character that I'm currently playing in my Monday night game, where I'm playing a druid, it hasn't. I haven't had the chance. Like, partly haven't really had the chance to develop the way I intended the character to, but also finding that the system mechanics don't work the way I wanted them to, or the way they used to. But I think that's just my issue with 5e.
I have so many issues with 5e.
Yeah. I think it's. I miss the. I know I could have made the character in 3.5 the way I wanted to. I can't with the way that spellcasting works in 5e. And it wasn't until I actually was playing a spellcaster that I realised that the rules don't work the way I want them to. And I think it's fine, like, as Sam said, I started with 5. That's fine. And I think people who have grown up with this system, or who kind of only know this system and haven't migrated to it from others, I hate to be that, like, sound very grognard about it, but it's, if you don't know any differently, you play within the system. But because I have the knowledge of previous systems, things get conflated, and B, you kind of want them to work a certain way, and when they don't, or when it doesn't pan out that way, it's like, oh. I mean, the biggest thing being the concentration rules. Druid spellcasting has been shafted in 5e. Honestly has. I think if you're not a wizard...
I don't think I've played anything with a druid. I don't think we had cleric and wizard, but we didn't have a druid when we were playing 5e.
I mean,
I've not seen how they work.
I don't intend this to be a, let's just bash 5e, but
No.
from
I mean, I have said before that I consider 5e to be the weakest of all of the editions of D&D. But if that was the only edition I could play, I'd play 5e rather than not play it at all.
I think it definitely has merits, and you can't fault it for bringing in new players and bringing in people to the hobby. It has had a very rocky start. I am kind of glad that. Actually, that's probably the wrong. I am much more sanguine about 4e than I was when 4e first came out. But I think 5e is the better system than 4e for bringing new people in. But just to go back to, like, my personal thing with the spellcasting side of thing, is that you can only have one spell that requires concentration active at any given point in 5e, and pretty much every single druid spell that is non-instantaneous has a concentration. Which means that, like, I can't have Bark Skin plus like Moonbeam as an offensive spell or something like that.
If you can't have Bark Skin and another combat spell, then that's really shocking. Because that's the standard thing. You Bark Skin, and then you use whatever else. Shillelagh, for example. Bark Skin and Shillelagh. There you go. That is your druid combat monster right there.
Thankfully, Shillelagh I can, because Shillelagh has been moved to a cantrip.
Beg pardon, what?
Shillelagh doesn't do what it used to.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's not as good as it used to be.
Shillelagh now basically makes your weapon magical and gives it a +1. Effectively gives it a +1.
So mind you, that's still a cantrip that does the same thing as the old magic weapon
I
spell,
was just thinking that.
Yes, sir.
which is pretty powerful for a cantrip.
Certain cantrips, yes.
But then all the cantrips are pretty powerful, so it doesn't really surprise me.
One of the things,
That is a legacy of 4E, of course,
yeah.
because 4E had rather than the standard tradition. This is not explaining to you. This is explaining to people in chat who may not know 4E. Fourth edition basically dropped almost everything that was recognisable as D&D, and all of the classes instead had a series of powers which were either at-will powers that you could do whenever you wanted, encounter powers that could be used once per encounter, or daily powers, which, surprise, surprise, could be used once daily. So 4E players got so used to having at-will powers, like Magic Missile is an at-will power in 4th edition, so you can throw as many Magic Missiles as you want. You go back to an earlier edition and your low-level wizards are there going, well, I've done my one Magic Missile for the day, I'm just going to sit in the corner here while you guys have the rest of the fight. So in 5th edition, to keep the 4E players, they really upped cantrips. They gave you effectively an unlimited number of cantrips that had some really good usefulness to replace the at-will powers.
I would say that is one of the upsides actually of 5e, that you can be a first, second level wizard and sorcerer and not be so squishy. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's nice, not being squishy as a low-level spellcaster.
That you can be on par with your companions from the get-go. So like I have no issue with that. But so yeah, like I can have Shillelagh up. That's fine. Like I have it effectively on my quarterstaff at all times. But like I couldn't have Barkskin and water breathing, or Barkskin and freedom of movement. It's just it's so annoying. Like I can't have a defensive and an offensive, or your standard spellcaster, particularly support spellcasters, of you have a suite of defensive spells because you don't have other things to make up for it. You are not fully clad in massive armor or things like that. But yeah, it's musings of so I wanted my character to be a battlefield tactician, and you can't quite make that. Whereas old druids, you really could.
Yeah, I like the idea of concentration spells and only being able to use one spell that requires concentration. That makes sense to me. You're concentrating on the spell, so you can't do something else. But if you're going to have a mechanic like that, you've got to make sure you've got a good set of non-concentration spells to back that up with, to give the character usefulness.
And it's basically anything that is not instantaneous is a concentration spell.
Right. Is everybody back? Is everybody good to go?
Yep.
Cool. Right. Welcome back for part 2. Sorry for cutting that off. My apologies. Okay.
No. Thank you for doing the GMly thing and stopping us from going.
Well, I know
if
if you two get going on D&D, then that's it. We're doomed.
We were filling the time while we waited for you to come back. You're back now, so now obviously we'll pick
really
another
agitate them by
delay the
talking
game on purpose.
Thank you.
If you want to really settle for an argument, I can tell them that I have played Pathfinder and D&D, and I actually prefer Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Depending on which edition of D&D you're talking
they
about.
like 5e, so...
Yeah.
But can I just point out that the reason why 5th edition was so essential is because Dungeons & Dragons had been the top and best-selling role-playing game since it came out, and it was never beaten apart from a brief period when Vampire the Masquerade did it. But otherwise, D&D was always at the top until 4th edition came out, when it was Pathfinder consistently for the entirety of 4th edition's run, and 5th edition was Wizards desperately trying to get the top slot back from Pathfinder. everybody preferred Pathfinder at that point.
Yep.
Obviously, here we do have to also interject. That is in the US and the UK.
Yes.
Because it is
yeah.
not in other markets.
Well, yeah.
No. In the Anglophone sphere, to a certain
Yes,
extent. Right.
Because in Japan, the number one,
To be honest, a lot of people
Full of
outside of US and UK were playing English, but they were having to learn English in order to roll.
And in Germany, TVE.
Many years ago, when I was a teenager, and my parents were getting Spanish EFL students to stay with us, and we had a couple of guys who were playing AD&D first. This is how long ago it was, AD&D first edition, and were dead happy because on a trip to London they were able to buy loads of rule books to take home with them to Spain, and they were playing D&D. Yeah. They were playing it in Spanish, but the books were all in English.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I take it you are opening the door.
Yes. No, I'm going to turn around and go back down through the tunnel.
Actually, no.
Actually, before we do, when you say there are it's recognizable boot imprint, is it possible to? No, we're not in a. Are we in a sort of situation to like? Do people have recognizable boot imprints, or are we talking about things that are relatively mass-produced or produced in sufficient quantity that they won't have a tread imprint? That can we do the Cinderella thing?
You can try.
The thing is that this is
people will have differing wear patterns on their boots.
Yeah.
They will have where they have hobnails inserted. They won't all be in the same pattern. Although factories and fabrication lines exist, they are done, but they're still done by individuals. They're not done by machine. Not even in Mahakam.
Are we talking dwarven boot, or are we talking larger foot size?
Well, now that would require, say, measurements.
Chrono, one thing I would say is that in a society of this level of technology, most people are only going to own the one pair of boots, so you can just tell them to lift up their shoe, and it probably still has the mud on it.
I mean, that's fair,
right?
But, I doubt we're going to I doubt we have the tools to make actually like a cast or an imprint of this.
You're in a room. You're in a fully equipped room full of mining supplies.
Locked in a fully equipped tool shed.
Exactly. Now, what the hell was that actually from, Fish?
I can't remember now. We've both been saying it for so long.
That may have been where Sheep the Apocalypse was locked in a fully equipped tool shed.
Does that mean that we can do the same thing as as effectively as in Gabriel Knight 2, where we make the plaster cast mold of
cement?
Yeah.
That would take a while to dry, I will say.
Yeah, that's true. So
can we go back to the film title of Where Sheep the Apocalypse? I'm sorry, I
that was the film. That was a scenario.
Yes.
It was a.
Fine. You just did Black Sheep the scenario.
No, Where Sheep the Apocalypse is literally Where Sheep. As the characters get bitten by sheep, they turn into were sheep, and they are encouraged to leave the table and walk around it mehing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Chrono, for cutting you off. It was doing something to my brain.
But I think it would be helpful to tell whether or not this is dwarven or other.
Okay, you're certainly in the position to be able to make accurate measurements. Mm-hmm. If only because you've got access to measuring lines and chalks. And
is it just the one set of boot imprints?
Certainly, as far as you can tell, there is only one. There is one fairly clear boot imprint, and there are a few smudge traces along the same path.
Okay. So we'll take some measurements to see as accurate as we can. But from a glance, are we able to deduce whether it is dwarven or human, or dwarven or larger, or something like that?
Make me a deduction, please. Whoever is checking.
I turn to Cadwell.
Yeah, it's cheating.
This is probably more your speciality than mine, sir.
Okay. Sorry, out of character, the sound cut a bit. What am I deducing?
You are deducing whether this is a dwarven or a non-dwarven boot print. that
Okay.
has been marked, because length is not necessarily the only indicator, because dwarves, of course, do not have dainty little tiny feet.
Of course. Okay, let's see what we can do. Not much. We can fuck it up massively.
Oh god.
15.
I will try as well, but I only have a 1 on deduction, so...
Yeah, that's an 8 total. So apparently I can deduce nothing.
Okay, mine
It's a
is
boot.
19.
Okay.
You see,
Right.
Yes. This is the penalty for my deduction being so good last time. Is now I'm absolutely going to suck.
Yeah, that was it. That was your good roll for the day. Okay,
You get
19.
1.
The boot print is indeterminate in length as to whether or not it's dwarven, but it is very wide. So you're either looking for a human with really, really, really kind of double E width feet, or you're looking for a dwarf. Conceivably a halfling, but probably the print is too long for a halfling.
Mm-hmm.
So on balance, the odds are good that it is a dwarf.
Okay.
It's a
so, yeah.
walk.
We make a few notes, take some measurements, and then I guess a gesture to Blake to open the door.
As I said, you've got access to things like measuring lines, plumb lines, and things, so you can do a marked line to gain the length of the boot prints, and you can then take that with you if you wish.
Yeah.
I'm not going to require you to lose everything as soon as you've used it. This is not a point and click.
Sure. Thank you.
Right. The door leads to a worked tunnel, which can be followed out into... There is no lock, by the way, on the door. Yeah, I hate you, fish.
It's fish
Oh,
done now.
sugar, are we not on the right screen?
Oh god, are we still on the AFK screen? Whoops.
Oh no!
This is why I need people to tell me this shit.
Why did nobody tell us until now? Thank you, Dav.
Yeah, here's the thing. If we're talking, the odds are pretty good. I'm supposed to have changed it. Okay, Sam, you're in audio, and fair enough. You know, I said I was not quite with it today. I do apologise that I've held it together as far as the game goes, but apparently I'm incompetent as far as the streaming aspect goes. Excellent. Well done, Dra. Okay. The door opens onto a worked tunnel, which can be followed out into a cave, partially cleared of stalagmites and stalactites. A rougher tunnel leads further into the mines, while a neat, clean one leads upwards on your right. Pardon me. Smears of dried grime in the corridor indicate whoever left the tunnel came through here. Unfortunately, the smears do not extend onto the rougher, dusty floor of the cave. Where the rock formations have been cleared, 3 stone bunkhouses have been constructed, incorporating some of the rubble in their structure, with uneven chunks mortared together. The bunkhouses have windows, and in one, light shine through. In the centre of the cave, which you should all be able to see now, you're looking at Mess Cave, if you haven't got the image up, is a pool of water, at the centre of which there is a gently bubbling spring. It looks like a water feature. It's okay.
Okay, so what I'm seeing here is there's a water weird and 4 mimics pretending to be stalagmites.
I don't think so.
No?
No. Well, the tracks seem to lead us here. What do you think we'll find?
The one with the lights in, by the way. You have
Yep.
come in through the southern entrance.
Yep.
And the hut with the light shining through is the middle one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello. So, we're still on locked tokens then. Okay. Oh, no, we're not. Okay, that's fine.
Unfortunately,
That's fine.
No,
thanks.
we were on no tokens at all. That was just me drawing a pointer
No,
to
that's
indicate
cool.
where we were coming in.
Yep, that's fine. So yes, the tunnel ahead of you is quite rough looking. The whole cave is fairly well lit because there are lanterns.
And that one you said.
Yeah. There are lanterns on stands around the water mainly. And on the right-hand side, the cave is quite clean and leads upwards. The tunnel is quite clean and leads upwards.
Perhaps we should go and introduce ourselves.
Okay. As you
Aye.
as you all step in to the cave, which is very high, the door to the middle bunkhouse opens, and a pair of dwarves poke their heads out. They basically have, the stairs up to mobile homes, up to the front doors on mobile homes.
Oh, yes.
They have that sort of arrangement because the floor is so uneven. The bunkhouses are all built up on stilts a few feet high,
Nice.
perhaps a metre high, to accommodate the inequities of the floor. And they all have wooden stairs leading
We're
up
in a
to the front
dwarven
door.
trailer park.
You are basically, yes, in a dwarven caravan site.
Yeah.
These are bunkhouses. They are for workers. They are not built for permanent residency.
Okay.
Nah.
So, there's, yes, a pair of dwarves stick their head out of the front door. Who are you? How'd you get there?
Apologies for intruding. We came through a tunnel back that way. He indicates over his shoulder to the south.
There's no tunnel that way. I don't know where that accent's coming from. I think she's a non-native dwarf here. What's going on there? She's from the west of Markham.
I can absolutely assure you that is.
I think we came through a tunnel might not be the most useful description in this place.
We have arrived here from
This is true.
Cursetta's Hall.
And there is a tunnel there. It was well hidden, but it is there.
No, there's no tunnel. That's a dead end. That's our storeroom. What are you doing messing with our storeroom?
I can assure you that there is a tunnel that goes through your storeroom to Cassetta's cavern. You can come and look if you like, but...
I'm not going anywhere with you. The dwarf who's been doing most of the talking turns to the one next to them and says, Inkster, do you know anything about that tunnel? No, never heard anything, darling.
Has there been... We're looking for somebody or somebodies who may have come through here yesterday.
They both come down out of the trailer. They're not. They are armed, but only in as much as they have belt knives.
Are you aware of the incident which has happened in Cursetta's cavern?
Curtis's cavern. Oh yeah, I did hear some kid got himself squashed. That's a terrible shame.
Yeah.
Terrible shame that. Now you can see them clearly. It's fairly clear that one is a man, one's a woman. They both have... Oh, no, they don't. The woman has reddish hair and a sandy beard, but has been trimmed much shorter than most of the dwarves you've seen. And her counterpart has a shaved head and long beard he wears looped away from his chest, with an open-fronted tunic. Well, I don't want to worry you, but nobody's come through there because it's a dead end.
I don't want to worry you.
That's how we didn't
it's
come
not
through
a
there.
dead
Because
end.
it was a dead end.
Where we came through.
Yes. Well,
I don't know how to help you. I mean, Cursetta's Cavern's a long way from here.
That we are investigating the circumstances of the young man's death, and we have reason to suspect foul play, and the tracks of this incident have led us here. We suspect that.
Well, look, to be honest with you, this seems all a bit weird. And I mean, you're not supposed to be wandering around here anyway, although to be honest, if you are wandering around here anyway, presumably you're allowed to. You don't get
yes, we have dispensation from Supervisor Flett.
Sigurd Flett. Well reminded.
Yeah.
Well remembered even, not reminded.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Flett says you're okay. Yes, we don't normally have your sort down here.
Yes,
No, we are encountering that.
Yeah.
This is our first time in Markham as well.
Yes.
yes.
Oh, is it now? Oh, looks at Auburn and says, so you must be one of those. Right, okay.
One of those.
Yes, we're.
Honestly, I was going to say he's going to do the offended race dive, but he's used to this shit from elitist dwarves who doesn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're here for the festival, and we kind of would like it for it to get started. Really.
Well, we'd all like for it to get started, but we've all got tasks we've got to do. We've got to make quota before we can go up for the festival. All down here, working our fingers to the bone.
Yes.
I mean, everybody does, but you know. Right. So, I tell you what, Inkster, you go and get Ruddick, and we'll iron all this out, okay? And the shaven-headed dwarf goes scampering off up the northern tunnel, and the woman sort of side-eyes you. Where are my manners? I'm Yesnaby. The speedy one over there, it's that's Inkster. So I'm Yesnaby. I'm Yesnaby Grindwater, and I'm now Welsh. What's going on? My accents have gone on to shop demonstration now. Oh, what's going
He's a
on?
dwarf,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes, you've gone for a oh, what's it called? You've gone for a Edirnian accent, apparently.
Yeah, I'm going to be tending towards Kedweni in a minute.
Yes, go for
Yeah.
the yes. Northerners are Kedweni, or Cockney is Temerian, Welsh is Edirnian.
Yeah. This is where you realise that Edern has mugged Kedwin multiple times, and therefore accents there get really confused.
Either way, Cadfire will again take off his still slightly smelling of alcohol beret, flourish bow, and say, Cadfire Levar Ellis said at your service, madam.
Loic, merchant of Bremervoort.
She gives a little almost curtsy, which is designed to be done in trousers. So it's kind of a weird mixture of a bow and a curtsy. Similar gesture to what Enid did when she first met you.
Nice.
Well, while we're waiting for my husband to get back, would you like tea?
Oh, that would.
No, thank
you.
you.
You haven't got anything a bit stronger, have you?
I'm not allowed anything stronger down here. Have you ever tried mining while drunk?
I've never tried mining one sober.
Well, what do you do if you don't mine?
Well, I don't know. Don't know how difficult it could be, though. I mean, I'm quite used to hitting things with hammers.
Well, yes, you hit things with hammers when you're mining, yeah. But, you know, it takes some skill, and you don't want to bring the whole place down on your head.
No, I feel your general substrate Blake is a lot softer than what they encounter.
Okay.
Anyway, yes.
And you should mention bringing the whole place down.
Yeah.
Could a well-placed hammer blow to one of the support stanchions, like that one over there, cause a cave-in?
Well, you'd have to hit this really hard, but I suppose so. I mean, these here, they're all picked to be the thickest, strongest pillars, and that's why we could clear the rest of them, because we could check that they were the ones that are load bearing. And then what you need to do, you see, is you look up there and you can see which ones bleed strongest into the cellar to create natural arches. And she will bend your ear about architecture and structural integrity.
Cadfile
Bear that in mind. Your expertise may be required shortly. He says to try and cut her, after a couple of minutes.
Cadfile just sits there looking slightly at just looking at us despairingly. He was going to ask for a cup of tea, and now there's no time for that anymore.
Oh, she is capable of making tea while simultaneously giving a lecture on structural integrity, rock types, and
then being cut off. Yes, all right.
And the danger of sedimentary crumbling. So
he's. But no, I think Cadfire would very much consider it a matter of principle. If if a host offers refreshment, then he is duty bound as a good and civilized enough guardian to accept.
Okay. Right, so yes, what she will do is she will head in and come out with a little tin. Head over to the water, and you can see there are stools set up, and there's a small campfire she pokes back to life.
Oh,
And
nice.
in a matter of a moment, she has a pot bubbling on the fire. Because everybody in here is at least partially British and therefore can create cups of tea
Yes.
in any known container.
I mean, it's the old thing, isn't it, that most modern British tanks have a kettle inside
They
or a boiler so you can make tea in the tank.
Yep, since World War II, as far as I know, yeah. They all did,
and
yeah.
it's brilliant. Such a wonderful idea.
It is. Yes, don't mess. They'll all have
Just
mess tins.
civilized.
Yeah.
And if worse comes to worse, someone tries to get in, you can just splash boiling water in their
There
face.
is that, yeah. That's why it was a giveaway in Ice Cold in Alice when somebody was not who they claimed to be in the movie.
Yes.
Because they didn't know how to brew up with a couple of British mess tins and a fire.
Yeah.
Okay. It was, he must be a spy. Right. Okay, so 4 dwarves return along with Inkster Grindwater.
Yes, fantastic name.
I was enjoying naming these people, I will say that.
Yes.
Inkster Grindwater returns with 4 other dwarves. An average height and build, but with a striking platinum blonde and heavily oiled and shiny beard. He looks like he's escaped from Norse legend. Is in the lead. Following him is a grizzled, more veteran dwarf who is noteworthy because he has a slightly hunched posture and his eyes are always moving. He also, as he moves in, he limps a little. Behind him are 2 dwarves who you recognise. They are the 2 who turned up in the food storage cavern when you were examining the body.
Oh.
You have a dwarf with a grumpy expression who did part of the talking before.
Is the other one sneezy?
God.
Their beard is neatly trimmed and their hair falls to meet it, not fails to meet it.
Oh,
They're both only braided. They are both braided completely and tightly in the full princess, which actually partially counts as a safety helmet. And the final one is the other one who was with them, who is weedy, slightly nervous, and by comparison to the others looks about 12. His beard is wispy and backcombed, if you remember. It's fluffed out to appear more voluminous than it is.
Oh, he's trying to make himself look more grown up than he actually is.
Yes.
He's a big baby.
I just like the idea of backcombing a beard to try and go with the volumizing thing.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It just appealed to me. The guy with the platinum blonde comes in. And who would you be?
Forgive me, been choosing. Cadfalva Elisad of Nilfgaard, doctor and private investigator, and these fine people. Let me see. He'll basically give you the opportunity of yourself because.
Loic Merchant of Bremervord. Essentially, me and my companions have been authorised by Supervisor Flett to provide a objective opinion on the events which have taken place and have prevented the starting of the Ale Festival.
Yes.
Okay, the second you mention Sigurd Flett's name, his eyebrows go up slightly and his whole demeanour changes. It was initially slightly hostile.
Yeah.
Now he's just puzzled.
Nice.
What is it you need here? My masters, I'm Knave Ruddock. This is my shift. You've met Yasnaby and Inkster. This is Magnus Hobb. He indicates the veteran. The white guy who clearly... This guy's been down mines since he was 4 and it made a man of him.
Yes.
This is Loda. That's the slightly grumpy one. That's Loda Bakey. And this is Brodgar Farag. He puts a hand on the shoulder of the young one who flinches slightly.
Pleased to meet you all. We're looking for information, or we are searching for somebody who would have escaped this way or come this way from Cursetta's Cavern.
Well, that's a long way to come. I mean, you've got to go up 3 levels.
We found a passageway that
There's a
links the cavern.
shortcut, isn't it?
Yes.
You did what?
To your storeroom. There is a shortcut between the cavern and your storeroom.
Is there?
Using an old. There is now.
No, it's not that we made one. Obviously, we've not been causing cavens.
Yes.
But,
That's good to know.
We seem to have determined that some recent mining work has joined up an old ore vein, but somebody who we believe to have been involved in the incident has come this way.
yes.
And we are hoping to find out either who it is or their whereabouts.
Yes.
Preferably both.
Nobody's come this way. It's just been the 6 of us. I mean, we're down here all shifts.
And
4 on, 2 off. Any given.
nobody's had to use the storeroom recently.
Oh, back and forth to the storeroom all the time, but it would just be one of us, and I haven't seen anybody else.
If you
and your shift. Sorry, carry on.
So you, thank you, Blake. If you would care to come, step this way, Master Ruddock, I want to take him over to where the last basically boot print is.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually.
And show him this is what we are looking at and for, but the trail ends here.
Oh, I see.
So,
Yeah, okay, could be a footprint.
So we are looking for evidence of this. And now that I look at it, this coppery residue, this coppery mud, either on boots or if you had seen, or if anyone here had seen anything untoward.
Well,
I address the group in the last day.
that's don't really know. I mean, I don't see how we can help. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't have been any of us. So,
well,
I tell you what, I'll save you some time since you're here with Master Flet's blessing. Look, you can talk to the crew and see if any of them have seen anything, because I haven't, unfortunately. But then I'm mostly organising, so I'm sorting out quotas.
What about when you're not here? Could somebody have come through while you were absent?
Theoretically, if the 4 were on shift, and he indicates the northern tunnel, and the 2 who were off duty were asleep, and he jerks his thumb over towards the bunkhouses, theoretically somebody else could have come through. But I'd hope that people would notice. But
perhaps.
What about if you're off shift? People were somewhere doing something else.
They wouldn't be. That's the whole point of being off shift. Is you?
Well, I mean,
you eat,
those
you
two
get some
were
sleep.
earlier on, weren't they? So.
You cop a poisonous look from Loda, and Brodgar is attempting to phase into the floor.
Yes, I
They
don't.
were in the food stores earlier, so obviously you're not always down here,
No,
are you?
don't be daft. We've got stores. We've got stores in my bunkhouse. That's
I
that's
won't
how we
grab the
work out
wheel
our
of cheese.
rations. Sorry.
Oh no, we
That won't
thought,
grab the wheel of cheese.
we thought these two earlier.
They
Did what
they
now?
said
The
that they were
coleslaw.
helping out with preparations for the festival.
You did what now? And Loda just goes, "You get bored of oatmeal."
Ah, the old sneaking out for the midnight snack routine. Oh well. Perhaps
Perhaps maybe
perhaps
this is something for another time. But and he's dressed like addressing it. You've heard of us, what I've had to say. What we've had to say. Is there anybody here who can provide anything that might be helpful? If you heard something, saw something, even if it did harm, anything that might prove useful for us
Look,
here.
I tell you what, you have a sit down, you have your tea, and we have a nice civilized chat, and I will be talking to you two later. Indicates
in the
others.
interest of perhaps
Hello.
Oh, hello, that went weird.
Can I?
perhaps
Sorry.
Any
Could I
chance?
make a quick check before we carry on?
Yeah.
Ooh. Are we losing audio?
Can I just check? Would
Um,
people mind bouncing out of the channel and back in, please? Because it just went a bit peculiar. It's cleared up now, but everyone suddenly Daleked.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Also, while I'm here and I can sneak it in, Auburn is going to be creeping around at the floor level, trying to look at people's shoes and see if there is green mud on them.
Oh, is he now?
Yeah, it's gonna
How
look really.
obviously is he doing this?
He's not trying to really hide it. He is. I mean, he's not like. I mean, he is naturally sneaky, so I could roll a stealth.
Right. I would like you to make me a stealth check and 2 awareness checks, please.
Okay.
nice.
1 stealth. Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
There you go. Now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yeah,
So
from
stealth is plus 16. So hold on.
Jesus.
I was going to ask.
Auburn!
Oh no. I was going to ask while we are chatting, like for this. Oh god. What is Auburn trying to do?
Stealth!
Oh no.
You just hear the crunching of oh they're gone. He's gone. He's
Hi.
gone.
I,
If that. No. I thought it was going to roll back onto another bloody 10. I was going to lose it.
I was
But
gonna-
Okay, Chrono,
Can I
please
ha-
finish this sentence. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Can I have a charisma check
Right.
to basically, from that, to try and win people around, and then we can start, talking to them individually.
You can, in fact, have a persuasion check.
Okay.
I'm now going to roll my awareness checks, though.
Oh, hang on. No, it is
Persuasion.
charisma, isn't it? You're right first time. My apologies.
Yeah, I
But
was
he
thinking
sure
more
as hell ain't
for the
being
group
subtle.
rather than because it's like the
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep,
so
no, that's fine. Yeah, it's
charisma
charisma.
and empathy. So that's base 13.
Okay, what was your stealth check result? Minus 127?
Not quite, but it's definitely in the minuses.
Oh no.
So it's 1 then, because you don't go below 0. But yeah, okay.
The charisma is 21 to
Bloody
make folks friendly for us.
hell.
Um,
Okay.
And on
I'm
that
going to
note,
roll my awareness checks now.
if anyone else wants to talk to them, I've just got to nip off briefly. I'll be back in a moment.
All right.
Auburn.
Uh-huh.
Auburn, you are disappointing me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first one is an 11. The second one is a 13. God, that's shit.
Right, okay.
It's you're not used to being in a mine. It's throwing you off.
Right,
Yeah.
as you go crawling around, you unfortunately are instead of ghosting around behind people and between their legs and things like that, you actually put one hand straight into the pool.
Oh no.
And things then get a bit worse for you from there because now one hand is really muddy and gravelly and it's kind of sticky. And, it slips and you've now got your other hand is a bit gravelly and you can't quite see anything. So you're not really looking in a position to look clearly at these people's boots from where you are. You're kind of golluming it really badly. And
I've never been more bloody disappointed in a character of mine than I am in this moment right now.
Yeah. And what you see is the only thing that vaguely attracts your attention is Inkster, as he's headed back into his bunk, as it turns out, to go back and get a couple of mugs for tea. You realise just how far up he has to climb. Because while you're crawling around on the floor so badly, you realise that there's a good metre under each of those bunkhouses.
Roll under the bunkhouse!
Just apropos of nothing.
I was about to say that Cadfael will, take a sip. Like, very good tea. Perhaps so that we can help you all, we don't get in your way on work shift, we might... as well as ask some questions, we might explore the bunkhouses, just to check there's nothing untoward going on in there.
Yeah, later you just arrived at the worst hideous role ever.
Yeah, thanks, mate. You know what, I'm going to blame Leto. I think it's because Leto showed up.
Yeah.
No, it's not the worst low exploding roll ever. I made that in a Space Master game many years ago when my co-pilot, while I was landing a shuttle, had to take over before I crashed us into a tree. Routine shuttle landing. No adverse conditions at all. I just fluffed the low open-ended roll.
Repeatedly.
Yes. And how many months did they have to go through the academy again to learn how to fly?
Yes.
Yeah, Space Master uses a percentile system rather than a D10, so my roll was literally minus 100 and something.
Oh, Lord.
Jesus.
Think in the 120s.
But he's basically going to try and he's going to ask if they can search the bunkhouses.
Okay. There are mixed reactions. The veteran looks a bit dubious, but shrugs. The boss strokes his beard. You get the feeling he does the stroke your beard meetings quite a lot. But before he gets to respond, Yesnaby pipes up with, "Oh, that's a good idea. Yes, well, have a look around, because then you'll be able to work out it's nothing to do with any of us, and then you can go and find you actually. Oh, if somebody could kill that poor boy, that would be terrible. So yeah,
Yes.
no, absolutely, you know, our house, your house, absolutely. Make me a human perception check, please.
Yeah, to check for sarcasm.
Is that all of us, or just...
That is for any of you who are sat around having tea or talking to these guys.
That is
10 total.
16.
Right. I'm guessing Blake's having a drink, because Blake's...
18.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Well done.
Blake? And in... Yes, Nell, by the way, is apparently asleep at the wheel, sorry.
Mm-hmm. No,
Understandable.
Yes, no, Nell has been laid low by NPC sickness.
Nell's actually currently just nicking everything from the storeroom.
Oh, God, no!
Nell, no. No, just say that Nell's really claustrophobic and is just, like, hunched in on himself and staying quiet for this. There you go. Because we just went through a horrid tunnel.
Yeah, Moliere, dual evolution is wonderful. The same thing has been a solution in so many different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
How to carry small human.
Yes, small
Put
squirming
in
human.
sheets.
Yes.
Wrap sheets. Now have human carrier.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Do I still have a fish? Oh, that's
No,
ominous.
do
Oh, sorry. I was just wondering if you were going to make your human perception.
Who are you wondering?
I was just wondering if Fish was going to make a human perception check for Blake.
Oh, who left? That was
Oh.
Fish.
But
Oh, did he go?
And
Fish is still showing in Discord.
he's back. He dropped out but came back.
Oh, okay.
am I here?
You are now,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Right. Has anybody
Sorry.
heard anything from me since we did the drop out and come back in?
Yeah, but not much.
Oh, okay, so it's just at some point in the meantime.
In some point in the
Yeah.
meantime, sorry, yes. And it managed to do it between sentences, so I didn't notice. Sorry.
Right. Okay. So what am I doing? Why am I
Human
doing it?
Right,
Who
you're
am I
doing a
doing it
human
to?
perception. From the over the dwarves, because Yesnaby has just enthusiastically suggested that you all search the bunkhouses to prove that it's nothing to do with them, which was Cabval's
Can
suggestion.
I just assume I get nothing and not roll?
You can assume that if you wish. It's entirely
Because
up to you.
I've got no points in human perception and a 5 empathy in my dice, so it just doesn't. It seems
I've
like
just-
a bit of a waste
I've
of time
got
rolling. Unless you want
visions.
to see what negative number I can come up with.
I've got visions of you rolling tens now.
do it. Do it. Do it.
No, it's okay. If he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to.
There you go. My 7 gets me but a roll.
Okay. No, that's perfectly reasonable. Okay. The person who got an 18, which I believe was Hadavir.
It was indeed.
Right, one of the dwarves, the others, everyone is nodding, but one of the dwarves has gone the colour of slightly unwell whey.
Mm-hmm.
There's something bothering you, lad.
How do
Speak
you,
up.
Which is indeed the weedy little Brodgar. Stuff in there, you can't poke around our stuff. Hang on, let's get the voice younger.
There's stuff in there.
No, I said younger, not like munchkin. I have to see the wizard. That's our stuff in there. You can't
He's right
nick
here
our
asking the
stuff.
question.
Yeah, good point.
Yes, I give you my word, but it will not interfere with anything that belongs to you, anything that's
good.
rightfully yours.
Good, because that'd be rude. I thought when he
Unless of course you have
realizes
something to hide.
when he realizes literally nobody else is protesting,
Mm-hmm.
he sort of subsides down to a fracas. It's not fair.
It's well, maybe not. But either way, once we've had a search and if everything turns up fine, then we can move on, and no one will be any worse off.
Fine. Yeah, right, you get on with it then. And
And so with tea mug in hand, Cadafal does just that.
great. Everybody else has magnifying glasses. What do you have? Tea.
I mean, I've got that too. I mean, I'm just what tea? It's just about a tea mug in one hand and a
Magnifying glass
glass in the other.
Okay.
Pass me the kettle, Watson. I think this may well be a 3-pot solution.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Or a
The
3-pot
huts,
problem,
the
actually. That should have
huts
been. I
are
got the wrong word.
numbered. The huts are effectively numbered, mythically, because they're not actually numbered, but just so you know which ones you're looking at. Top to bottom, 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Which are you going to first? By the way, the arrangement of them, the different angles, is absolutely no significance. It's just that that's where the terrain allowed anything to be built,
Okay.
quite clearly.
Sorry for the delay there. A quick summary. Are we interrogating one of? Have we interrogated one of them?
Right,
Or-
you haven't interrogated anybody yet. Cadval suggested searching the bunkhouses, and I think the idea was while chatting to them.
Yeah.
Yesnaby has taken this up with a certain amount of enthusiasm, and Brodgar has whinged about people poking around his stuff.
Okay. Oh, don't go into a teenager's bedroom.
That's pretty much not a million miles off the sentiment here. It's the, Mom, you have to knock first.
Oh yes,
Right.
the classic. I'm respecting your authority. I'm respecting your privacy by knocking, but asserting my authority as your parent by coming in anyway.
Yes. Yes, it's the knock, knock, enter sort of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every morning I get that. Mind you, it's because I get a cup of coffee, but still.
Yes.
Anyway, so let's
He's
so,
frantically needing to, I don't know, shift magazines under the bed.
Just-
What
just-
elf
just-
or something.
just lift his legs up. That'll solve the problem. Anyway, so Cadvile will be searching through. We'll start with one and work our way down. But if anyone wants to talk to them first while he's doing that, we should focus on that.
Yeah, like Loic will start talking to them
Okay.
to see if they know anything.
Lemir's going to stay with Loic and just watch them to see what their responses are like.
Okay, so, right, so which hut was Cadfar going to first? And is he going in alone?
I was going to start in number one and work my way down, basically.
Okay. Is Blake going with Cadfile? Because Cadfile currently has no hands free. So you may need somebody to open the door.
I can finish my tea and put the mug aside if I need to.
Blake is just sort of standing around unless somebody asks him to do something.
One can unlock things.
Okay. So yes.
You know what? Cadvile, since he complimented Auburn's deductive skills earlier, he will suggest that he joins him and helps him with this.
Okay.
Right. There are lanterns at the doorway to each of the bunkhouses. There will also be lanterns inside the bunkhouses, which are not currently lit except in the middle one, obviously, because that's where Yesnami and Inkster were. They stand upon pillars with stairs leading up to the door. They're all roughly the same layout. So you have two cots in alcoves with privacy curtains, quite heavy canvas ones.
Yeah.
The front of each bunkhouse has a small stove and seats for two people and a small table. So basically they can take their meals inside.
That's nice.
They're floored with stone flags, which are clean and well worked.
Excellent.
The rest of the bunkhouses are basically mortared together from local rock. The stone flagstones are not the same material as the rest of the cave.
Okay.
At the end of each bed is a footlocker.
For keeping feet in.
Exactly. There's a branch of a shoe shop at the end of each bed.
Nice. Well, Cadfile will obviously search through the bunkhouse and through the footlockers if they're open.
Okay. The lockers themselves are actually closed only with bolts. So it's more keeping them closed when moved rather than keeping them secured. If you have any knowledge of
It's not for stopping people breaking into them, it's for stopping your tools and clothes breaking out.
Yes. If you know anyone who knows anything about dwarven culture, which is not necessarily a given, but probably Cadfile and almost certainly Auburn, because you know what you're avoiding.
He knows like a little bit.
Dwarven culture is essentially communistic / the communist end of socialism. It is all communal. So while people do own their own stuff, the assumption is that since theft is bad for the community, most people are not going to steal anything. And if they want things, the odds are they can requisition them. So it is... Property is less of an issue, or property loss is less of an issue than in most.
Fair enough.
Right. So that's just explaining why they're not being quite so careful necessarily, or quite so panicked.
Yes. Except for Brungar, apparently, who is
Brodgar is very much of the. I've got my my dad's copies of Desperate Housewives or what is it under the bed.
yes, he's got a secret copy of Play Dwarf
Yes.
somewhere.
Yes.
So I take it then everything is sort of do you just find sort of standard stuff amongst the stuff that the Grindwaters possess.
Well, if you're in the top one at the moment.
Yep.
That's actually Loda and Brodgar's.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In that case, I will. Okay, like I said, I'm going to be searching. I'm going to be searching the rooms thoroughly as I can.
Okay.
So,
Right, I would like you then to make me awareness checks from either of you who are in there.
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah. Let's see what magic happens today.
Oh, boy.
Okay, that's
That could be worse.
It's 18.
Okay.
That's 17. I can count.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. And yes, I will in fact take that stretch. I just realised I was
it.
getting hunched over the keyboard then. Okay. So, let me just have a quick check. Because that's going to be versus... That skill does not exist in Witcher. Hang on a minute. Have I just done something daft? No, I haven't. Okay, that's cool. Sorry, I just had a... Did I put a skill in that only exists in Cyberpunk?
Well, if it says, for example, hacking, maybe.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's fine. It's all good. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
That one, there's the... Okay, that's cool. Right. 17 and 18, you say?
Mm.
Right. Outside, in where you're having the conversation, while chatting to people, who are you chatting to, and what would you like to say?
I basically want to talk to like each of the crew to try and determine what they like. Did they see anything? Are they? Did they see anything relevant, or can they remember anything strange happening over the past 24, 36 hours?
Okay.
Or actually thinking back a little while, if anyone who came down here previously that seemed strange, because that bit of the tunnel had to have been dug presumably by someone coming through here, like the more recent bit.
Yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, like any untoward or strange goings on, and I'll be talking to each of them.
Okay, who would you like to speak to first? You could speak to Yasnaby, Inkster, Brodgar, Loda, Knave, or Magnus.
I'll start with Magnus.
Ah, the veteran. Okay.
You thought Yesnaby could chew your ear off about rocks. Wait till he gets going.
He does. He actually doesn't say a lot. He does a lot of Witcher-esque.
I just hope you're ready to archive his responses.
I hate you so much.
Nah, you love me.
That is actually where the name came
that
from.
was
I was
fishy.
really reaching at that point. You ever have that? I need a name and I need it now, and I've decided there were extra people. That is actually why I had that new background. So, he greets you pleasantly enough, but you get the feeling he is overall a dwarf of few words. Would you like to make me a persuasion or charisma check in order to get him talking?
I will do a persuasion check, since that is a fraction higher than my charisma.
Okay.
My base is... Wait, hang on, let me double check. Oh no, my empathy is 9, so my base is 14.
Okay. Jesus.
However, that was only a 2, so 16.
Okay. Probably good. Oh, God, yeah, but ample. He sort of loosens up slightly. Can you hear him? You're asking me if I've heard anything.
Heard anything? Saw anything?
I've heard. You don't see them. You hear them. They're here,
Yeah.
you know.
Who are?
Them. They're here, you know. You got to cover them in cellophane.
I was about to say, whatever you do, do not tell them to cover them in cellophane. Or wrap them in cellophane.
Yes. They're here.
I hate you for that.
I know. Sorry. It's not my fault you then called somebody to do a murder. Sorry, brain fry. Yeah, you hear them. They're here. They're in the tunnels. Well, they're where we dig the tunnels. You've got to be careful. You've heard them. Well, there's things come through the tunnel walls. And when the things come through the tunnel walls and bring the tunnels down on you, they can kill you dead. So you've got to be careful. You've got to listen for the scratching initially, and then once you hear the scratching, then you've got to get out. And if you can't get out, then you've got to get your hammer, and you've got to stand ready, because when they come through the walls, they'll kill you.
Are we talking some kind of insectoid creature?
Some of them could be. Some of them could be. I run away. That's why I'm still alive. There's guards who are geared up for that, and then there's miners who aren't. But he will bend your ear quite considerably about the dark things in the shafts, and how he'd heard.
As he's going off on one about the shafts.
Yep. Shaft.
But have you heard anything like that here?
Oh, here? Well, I did hear some echoing. When I was headed back from shift once, and I heard echoing as if claws were digging through solid stone.
Are we talking
When?
the last day or so?
Oh, that was a good couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Couple of weeks is sufficient. It can take time to dig through that section of tunnel we came through.
But there can't be anything serious, because nothing came through. But you still got to listen. You see? You always got to be listening. Now you talk too much. I've got to listen. He's slightly twitchy.
Slightly.
Yes.
Just a smidge.
Okay. Next.
Move to the ink, to the grindwaters.
Okay. Yasnabi looks straight at you. It's not my fault, fish. I actually said that. I have actually passed that one on to various people, and they've realised they all do it. So it's not just you. So,
It is a habit that you broke me of. Well done.
sorry. I thought I just broke you.
Well, possibly that.
One day I'm going to have somebody commando roll in through the window. Right. The ink waters sit side by side, knees touching, and look quite tired because, of course, bear in mind they were having dinner and then going off shift.
Yeah. So yes, sorry to keep you from your rest, but I don't suppose you happen to have seen or heard anything. Maybe not necessarily in the last day or so, but whoever dug that tunnel to join your storeroom and the ore vein tunnel must have been working here at some point recently. Has there been anyone coming through here that seemed surprising?
They look slightly nervous, but in a wish I could help sort of way. I hate you, Fish. I hate you so much.
Incredible.
I haven't heard anything. I don't think. Have you heard anything, Inkster? I haven't heard anything.
You haven't seen
yes.
anyone come through here that...
Oh no, there's nobody
Okay.
wants to come down here. We make our quota. We pull the delivery sleds up that tunnel. He indicates the one on map east, and we make the drop off. And
Is that the only way out of here?
yes,
Who is it governs your quota and who you drop off to?
well, that's the next level of foreman, and then Nave brings down our quotas, and it's however many tons of ore, and that's how much we have to produce. So
And the northern... And that tunnel over there, and I point to the north, map north, the
yep.
one. That just leads off to deeper in the mines, is it?
Oh yes, that's the vein. Those are the veins that we're currently working our
Right.
way through.
So if anyone was to leave here, they would have had to have passed some... I'm guessing there isn't somebody usually in the eastern tunnel if you're not taking...
Well, not
Or
on this
after.
level, no. I mean, obviously the next level's up, or there might be further levels down. You know, we're not exactly the only miners in Markham. Don't
No,
be so.
of course
Don't be
not.
silly. But
So there is a staging ground, effectively, or a staging cavern to the east where you
yes,
drop off.
yes, about
Right.
about 20 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. If you do think of anything, do let me know. Okay, I move on to...
You've got Nave,
Yeah,
the shift
Nave.
boss, Loader, and Vodka.
Draw.
Talk to Nave. Oh,
What?
Tal.
Oh, I didn't know if you were saying yeah to Chrono or yeah to me. Draw. I am really sorry to tell you this, but I don't think we're going to finish this tonight if Knight wants to go to bed on time.
We should do.
Okay.
We should do.
We find the criminal.
Is there basically any way that I can shortcut? Can I do one persuasion check to basically do the other three, unless Brodgar and Loda are the people I need to talk to?
Vodka and Loader are
yeah.
sitting together.
Yeah.
But unlike the Inksters, they are not exactly sitting knee to knee. Let's put it that
Okay.
way. Loader appears to be berating Brodgar under their breath.
Okay, I'll go to them next rather than Neve. Let's.
And, you know, what do you want?
Well, I want to. I would like us to be able to get out of here and get the festival started. I'm sure we all would. Now, if there is anything that you have heard or seen in the last day or two, or maybe even a little bit before that, because somebody will have had to have come through here to dig a tunnel between your storeroom and the thing. Any little thing that can help us here.
Loader rubs the back of their neck and says, well, maybe if somebody let me get any sleep, then maybe I'd have been more awake and I'd have noticed that people were coming through, apparently. But no. And gives Brodgar an absolutely filthy expression.
I take it you've been having trouble sleeping then, maybe? And I'm just trying, to Brodgar, and I'm like trying to give him an easy way of telling me things.
He shuffles his feet and takes a breath. Oh, he's been having trouble sleeping. Absolutely. He's been having trouble sleeping, and that means I've had trouble sleeping. He's been talking in his sleep, hasn't he? I say talking. He's been shouting in his sleep.
Is this...
Has he said, I didn't mean to do it, it was an accident?
Loader looks at you. What?
No. But is there anything?
No, he's just been imagining ghosts. He keeps hearing somebody coming into the house. It's really annoying.
Master Brodka, is this true? What, like,
I keep thinking I hear something outside. Yeah. And what do
Over
I
the
have to do? I have to go out and I have to grab a lantern and I have to roam the entire damn cave to make sure there's no ghosts under the bed. And what do? I come in and he's gone back to sleep like a lamb.
When you
Could
say
you not
ghosts
just
under
get
the
the boy
bed,
a stuffed bear?
What?
Master
You don't
Brodka,
stuff bears. They're huge.
No, a small one. Have you not seen them?
No.
I fear I fear that the trinkets and such as that have not made their way to Markham. Perhaps we shall see about that. That is a
There you go, Master Merchant. There's a market there to be filled.
Right.
Maybe there is indeed. But Master Brodka, what exactly have you been hearing?
Sometimes I hear footsteps outside, and load is bigger than me.
voices, cheer voices.
Maybe. Could be
Can
voices.
you remember what any of them said?
No. What are you giving me grief for? I haven't done anything.
No,
We don't think you did. We think you may have heard whoever did do something.
Yeah. Oh,
Are you sure
do you?
you haven't you didn't see anyone? Maybe out of the corner of your eye or anything that.
I haven't seen anybody. If I'd seen anybody, I'd have told you I saw somebody, but I didn't. I'm not a liar.
Can I have a human perception check to see?
Yes. You can. You can indeed have a human perception check.
I too shall be taking the human perception
Nine.
test.
Okay. Oh, crying out loud! 17.
Okay.
That's off a base of 15, folks.
17.
Hell. Okay. So we are doing. Oh. You are kidding me. 15. Bastard. Okay. Brodgar is A, jumpier than the proverbial long-tailed cat in the rocking chair factory. B, cannot keep his eyes from drifting towards the northern bunkhouse.
As in the one where.
As in the one where Caffile and Auburn are.
Right. Now, okay, very important that you concentrate because what you know or what you've heard or what you've seen could hold the key to getting everything back on track here. It's really important that you let us know if there is anything that
there could be.
No matter how small or minor.
I did see somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Never said anything. I forgot. Didn't think it was important. But I did see somebody. I saw some furry person. They could be suspicious.
Some
furry person. They could be suspicious.
I think he's referring to what was her name?
Yeah.
Shaylee.
Shaylee, that was it. The werebub.
When and where?
I don't know. Looks around at all the dwarves. Looks to me like everybody here's a bit furry.
Are you trying to earn the enmity of everyone in Markham at this point?
I've come to the conclusion it's what Blake does.
Yes.
No.
I was enjoying that fight earlier. I want another one.
I mean,
Loic just kind of just waves Blake down a bit. But it's like,
oh god.
Well, it might have been a couple of days ago.
a couple of days ago. Right?
Yeah, a couple of days ago. A few days ago.
Whereabouts?
Well, they were messing around, weren't they? Down towards the storeroom, like you said.
Right. And that's the only thing you heard or seen that
Yeah,
has been untoward.
yeah. Didn't bloody say
Right.
anything, says Loda.
But have you anything that might suggest mining or the like noises in the storeroom?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know. I may have done. I don't know. You hear a lot of mining noises. A lot of mining noises come down the tunnels. Everybody's a miner here. Don't you get that? Everybody here does mining.
No. I fully understand.
Am I playing hormonal teen about right, by the way?
Yes, clearly.
Well, I want to punch him, so I think you must be.
Yeah. Anil doesn't know if there's anything further he wants to actually ask or push on this point. Because,
Right. Returning then into the bunkhouse.
Yes, we rolled some awareness
You
checks.
did. You rolled some awareness checks, and then because dramatic irony is a thing, I moved away. Ah. So, okay.
Somebody sprung a leak.
Yes.
I don't know what that was.
I have no idea what that was. It was its own private noise. Right, don't do it again. So, investigating around and assuming, doing things like looking under the cots and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yep, looking around
Yeah.
footlockers.
Looking to see if there's any
Are you
green mud
looking-
in here.
Are you looking in the footlockers?
Yes.
in and around the footlockers. Yeah.
Right, okay. So, searching the footlockers. They all have basically sort of personal belongings. Obviously like favourite tools, that sort of thing. Sharp whetstones, that sort of private stuff. Voodoo doll, that sort of stuff. Anything
yeah.
that may be found on the random item pocket charts in the back of the Witcher book.
Yep.
However, as you are investigating one of the cots, you notice the flagstone in front of the footlocker. And if you hadn't said you were looking around the footlockers, I wouldn't give you this. Is loose.
Ooh.
Time to pry it up.
Okay.
Indeed it is, my good man.
Right.
Auburn loves finding a secret, little hideaway. He just loves this.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. Auburn, then, I take it, is lifting the
Yeah.
flagstone.
Look
Yes.
inside.
It's hit in the face with a poison dart.
Okay. Raising the flagstone, then, which you're going to have to use like a knife or something to lever it up.
He's got many knives.
Let's say this is Auburn.
Okay.
He has some bigger than others.
What's Auburn? Could you, Auburn, please roll me as if luck were a normal stat?
I'm
So D10
suspicious,
plus
but
luck.
okay. D10 plus my luck is 7. 16.
Bugger. Okay. The knife does not break.
Yay!
You,
It's so spiteful, just hoping it breaks.
so
Yeah.
you lever it up and you realise there's no hidden cavity or anything underneath. It's just a hole in the floor.
Seems a little.
But in that hole in the floor, that leads straight to the crawl space underneath the bunkhouse.
Yep.
You can see, covered in dust and small pieces of stone, a piece of canvas sticking out.
Cadfile shall.
Slither in.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay.
He's the small one, it makes sense.
Okay, yep.
Also the thief, he likes slithering into small spaces to
I mean-
uncover things.
Okay.
Easy.
Dropping down below the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He loves this.
Okay.
Okay.
This is his thing.
Help
And he-
lever it up here.
I think he's going to hold on to my feet and he's going to lean down and pull it up so he doesn't land on anything in particular.
Okay. Yep. You can.
Also, because I love that image.
Yep. Okay, you can grip the canvas. Which,
And lift it.
Okay, it turns out to be the
Is
top
there-
of a sack.
Okay.
So between Cadfile pulling your feet up and you wriggling back with one hand. It's surprisingly heavy.
Ah, does it feel like there's one heavy object lifting down, lifting down? What the fuck am I saying?
weighing it down. Well, that's
Okay. Lifting up, you have a small sack in your hand, which clinks and is surprisingly heavy. Are you looking, did you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
You find
both looking.
a quantity of unworked gold nuggets, several small gems, and an enveloped letter.
Well, that's getting opened.
Yes.
Okay. It does have a wax seal that has already been broken. There is a letter here. I take it you can read. Okay.
Yes, yeah, I can read. If I can't, Cadwell can probably read better.
Yes.
Okay.
Possibly.
My dear Master Farag, I was gratified to hear from our mutual friends that you could find your way clear to making such an extremely welcome donation to my little collection as you offer. Of course, I realise that such a donation cannot be obtained without an element of personal risk, so rest assured you will find yourself more than adequately compensated. When I use the term priceless, I am of course referring to the Hammer of Ban Cursiter's historical value. Though I do appreciate the craftsmanship involved, you must realise that the true aficionado must look beyond mere material factors. Nonetheless, I think you'll be fully satisfied by what I have prepared for you. In my own little way, I wish to aid you in beginning a whole new existence in Aldersburg, leaving your old life quite behind as if it were merely a bad dream. Signed, Katik of Aldersburg.
Well.
Auburn, you have no idea how into being detective's assistant he is now.
Mhm.
You have no idea how into this he's gotten in the last 5 minutes of his life.
In
This
the
is
in the
very
interests
interesting.
of moving this along, by the way, if
Yes.
you look down the hole under the sack
Yep.
is a sackcloth and rope bundle.
She'll get that too.
That is remarkably heavy.
Oh,
I'll bet.
great. Help me with this.
Get
And
the Auburn down there.
okay. And
If I have to, I can go down and sort of lift it as you
Yeah,
pull up.
yeah. You
Okay, so
may
either way,
you actually have to
we
do
get it
that.
up and we will unwrap it if we can.
Is there a hammer in there?
Indeed, there is a
Auburn genuinely just like really quite yes.
basically wrapped in sackcloth and then bound around with rope. So undoing that, you find a black wood hammer.
Mhm.
Sorry, just punched that. My apologies. With a slick polished wooden handle and jet gems embedded in the side of the gold head. You
Which
know
one?
what it should look like because you've seen the replica.
Yes, I do. Well, This certainly does bring a lot of things to light. I am sad that such a young boy would do something like this. I think we should present these findings to our assembled friends and suspects outside.
You really think he did a murder though? Seems a bit twitchy.
Well, desperation and fear of being discovered might lead even a perfectly reasonable person to do unreasonable things. Trust me, I've seen this.
You do know that none of the names in that letter are the people outside.
I mean, that's none of their first names. We didn't hear their last names.
I mean, he
We
didn't.
referred to a last name.
Yes, I thought he had introduced them by full name. He did introduce. Yes, Nave Roddick did introduce them all,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
introduced. He
Brodgar
introduced
Farrig.
Brodgar Farrig, the
Oh,
young,
it was
the
Brodgar
young
Farrig.
kid,
Right,
the young
sorry.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I did
Cadfael.
introduce them all.
I
Yeah.
did not hear that.
I think it may have
do-
been while you were on
Yeah.
briefly AFK. Sorry.
Okay. So, what is Auburn's? Who's the stronger person? Who can easily carry the hammer? Cadfael or Auburn?
He's not very strong.
All
You
right.
you can carry it. It was merely manoeuvring it out of a fairly
All right,
small
fair enough.
opening
So,
that was a problem.
In that case, yes. I think I will leave the hammer with you, and I will have the letter with me, and we'll make our way back outside.
Yeah.
and
Make sure to check his boots. Orban really wants the dramatic boot reveal. He's
Hey,
all right. As we're going out, Caliphial will I will roll an awareness check to look at the young boy's boots.
get him to show
Okay.
his boots.
Why not? Let's
Right.
indulge him.
okay.
Okay, that is 20.
Okay. There are indeed, if you tell him to raise his boots, and in the general confusion he does because he doesn't realise why, you
Yes.
can see deeply in the treads little traces of green,
Ooh.
little fragments of copper.
Yes. Yes.
I take it you found something.
The answer, I believe we have found evidence to reach a conclusion.
And you're carrying now, unless you've
Behold.
rewrapped it. Hello,
Hold.
they are
Hold up,
carrying.
like freaking Mjolnir.
Yes.
Yes.
You can't do that for very long. The head is solid gold.
Yeah, he does. They just.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Then. And I look at Brodgar.
Loda next to him, their jaw is literally somewhere around floor level. It's just the hair. Where did?
Do us both a favour, boy. Don't make me chase you.
It was well hidden. If we hadn't sought to look under the bunkhouse through that little loose flagstone, we might not have found this. But unfortunately,
Why would you?
Yes, he was looking in that direction.
What would you? Why would you? Why? What?
I think all of this
And-
can be sorted out at trial, don't you?
Brodgar produces a noise akin to when you last trod on a rat's tail. Wasn't me. I didn't do anything. That's nothing to do with me. No, it's Loda. Loda did it. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Can't be anything to do with me. The bloody hell are you talking about?
unfortunately, young Master Fenric, the evidence also disproves that theory quite conclusively, and he shows the letter, and he thing is,
Well,
and
what?
he-
Lo picks it and has a quick look at it.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Just to
well.
my dear Master Farrick, I'm afraid there's only one person here with that name, young man.
They made me do it. They threatened me. That
Well.
furry bitch threatened me.
Ah, but you see, they were nowhere. They were nowhere inside the cavern. They were at the entrance. We have confirmed this. And there was only one way that anyone could get out. Only one way that anyone could have gotten out through of there to come to here was through that tunnel.
They
Unfortunately-
made me show them.
No, I don't think so.
He looks increasingly frantic around and is very aware
I-
of the fact that Blake is just looming.
Yeah,
I
Blake is
think
definitely
probably-
looming.
I think you probably do know them, but you were intending to double cross them.
I don't know anything. No, it's
Yeah.
foreigners. They did it.
It would be bad.
Why did you kill Master? Why did you kill?
It was an accident.
Aha.
Hitting him over the head with a hammer was an accident?
That I can actually believe.
It
if
was a
he
big-
interrupted him during the theft.
It was a big misunderstanding. He
However,
looks appealingly around at his co-workers, who are all distancing themselves.
now
Away from him.
will you come with us back through? We might as well go back through to Cursetus Hall. Gavin, now will you come with us quietly, or do we have to force the issue?
Can we not go the easy way?
Yes, actually, let's head out.
Okay. Confronting him with the killing of Rendell Harkis is what finally causes him to deflate a bit. And he can be led. Basically, the shift boss will... Sorry, and Nave will insist that they escort Brodgar up through
Yeah.
to Sigurd Flett
Okay.
Yes.
to give account of himself. All the way there, he's basically keeps talking, and it's 6 foot down, put away shovel. He really is not helping
Yeah.
his own case. He is burbling that it's just a misunderstanding. I was there, but I saw Rendell talking to those outsiders, so I just hid. I didn't know what to do. I knew they must be after the hammer. It was my honest duty to get to it before they did. I just did what anyone would have done to keep it safe.
We will let Supervisor Flett determine that. However,
I'm afraid that the evidence suggests that is not true either. The two outsiders were at the entrance to the cave, and poor Master Harkus was already at the foot of the pedestal upon which the hammer was set. There was no way they could have got there in time.
He deflates considerably. And yes, you can indeed head to Flett, who will take you and all of the others involved to a side office.
Yep.
Where the deflated and frankly smelling slightly of wee Brodgar
Oh no!
yeah,
stands.
We place the hammer and the letter and
Yeah.
the payment.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
I
not
think justice can be served here today.
It's not fair. It's not. You're just trying to protect the other outsiders. It's not like I was going to
Absolute
keep
incompetence
it.
is what this is.
Yes.
I was going to put it back, and nobody would have been the wiser. I'm the real
you
hero.
never store pay where you never store the loot where you sleep.
Let the boy speak.
It was an accident.
That is maybe. But,
Rendell shouldn't even have been there, and if he hadn't been there, I'd have been away by now. So it was his own fault he got killed. I just wanted
I
a
don't
life.
think that's an appropriate defence. However, that is for your peers and your chieftains
I
to
just
determine.
wanted to leave, and this is appealing straight to Flett. I just wanted to leave. I made some real friends this year on Drekthag. Real friends who liked me. They told me I was special and I was skilled.
Loic closes his eyes and sighs.
Drekthag,
Yeah,
by the
similar
way,
reaction
which
from Orban.
Orban will definitely know, is basically, you know, the Rumspringer thing that the Amish go on. You have a year away when you basically become of age, and you can decide then whether you want to leave or come back to the community. That's the dwarves do a similar thing called Drekthag. They can all leave for the space of a year, and if
Yep.
they don't come back in the space of the year, they can't return to the community in Mount Carbon. Ever, theoretically. And if they do decide to leave, they basically leave with nothing. They can't take anything with them.
Yeah.
So Brodgar is definitely of an age to have recently done his Drekthag.
But wanted to leave with something a bit more than just nothing.
Yeah. They said they could set me up in a shop of my own. I just needed a bit of gold to pay my share, that's all. There could be so many outsiders here soon. I thought I could slip away and nobody would notice. It's not my fault. Tears well in Brodgar's eyes, but they
I
are
just
for
love
him.
the way you said tear.
Yes.
Well,
Sorry,
But-
I'm so
No,
sorry.
it's fine. They are for himself, not for his victim, quite clearly.
Master Flett, if you consult what's his name? The gnome.
Yep. Oh, yes.
I have it on my notes, but
Aloysius Graver, that was it.
Yep.
yeah, that's it. Aloysius Graver.
Gnome McGnome face.
He will confirm that the hammer that was found with the two currently in the cells was a fake, and they are not your thieves. They are not the ones who are held up.
It's a what? It's a fake.
Yes,
That's not
yes.
that one then.
No,
No, this is the real deal. This was found among young Master Farag's
I think you might want the norm to confirm that, but it's
Yes.
probably
Yeah.
the real deal.
Yes, he was going to take this and fleece it to some collector in Andersburg.
Yes. So, yes, we can draw a slight veil now over the
Yes.
interrogation, the denials, and the tears from Vodgar, who
Can we just
basically
address the one important fact, though, now? Can we get the damn festival going? I want a drink.
I also mentioned that our investigation was slightly hampered by Master Core,
Super
by
Marek.
Master Morik.
So-
However, I do not think that he had anything to do with this. He was just spoiling for for a fight.
hearing his name, Flet just basically face palms and then right.
It's just a little frisky,
You
isn't it?
didn't kill him, did you?
No,
No.
Didn't even hurt him.
we settled it amicably.
I mean,
That's
He
impressive.
withdrew.
one of the young men he had with him may have a knife sticking out of his foot, but other than that,
No, I got that back.
And one of them might have a broken hand, but he'll get over it.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
They were persuaded to leave in non-fatal manner.
Yes. it was-
Okay. Yeah, non-fatal manner sounds like the worst place to go on holiday. Okay,
Me.
right. Sorry. You can. Yes, the picture I have just shared is Bodgar Farrig attempting to defend himself really badly.
Yes.
I'm guessing there is no dwarven version of Ace Attorney to.
No.
So he's a skinhead too.
No, he's no. Well, actually, yes, I suppose he is. If he's a young man, he's shaved his head bald. Nice. Okay. All right. So
Okay, yes, you
we-
can
we-
move along, and he is basically taken down, shall we say. And
Welcome,
you are
Dano.
thanked. Yes. And the Ale Festival can indeed move into full swing. So,
Hurrah!
I will show you what that looks like. And I will give you the outro since I wrote the bloody thing.
Okay. I have
So-
Alefest, and I have a question mark and an X.
Yes, it looks like
there it
a
is.
question mark. This hasn't loaded yet. There we
Yeah,
go.
There we go. Oh, look at all that! Look at all that alcohol. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
And yes, one of those barrels does in fact have a little bee on it, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Ale Festival was as amazing as the stories promised, although there are parts you're sure you'll never remember and more that you'll probably never admit to. Throngs of all races swarmed Mount Carbon, completely oblivious to the tensions of the previous week. At the opening ceremony, you were brought by a tearful Enid and a stoic Sigurd Flett to the Grand Dais, where you were presented to Bruverhoog, a gruff, elderly dwarf who gave you the impression he could tear you limb from limb if the occasion demanded, despite his advanced years. That
Well, some
is
of you anyway.
That's the closest thing that Mount Carbon has to a king.
He is the first citizen
Yeah.
of Mount Carbon, essentially.
Yep. As he took a breath to speak, a signal gong sounded, silencing the hall. You'll all well know my feelings on outsiders. Well, it seems some may be worthwhile. These here have saved this festival, and they honour Markham. In recognition of their service to Mahountain, clan, and hall, I hereby award them the Leaden Ring. May they make free use of it and consider Mahakam as a place where they will always be welcome. He then presents each of you with a small bag in which is a simple ring, cast from lead, etched and burnished to a dull gleam. The crowd cheered, and then the drinking resumed.
Very cool.
So, yes, you are now, each of you, in possession of a leaden ring of Mahakam, which basically gives you free passage in and out of the Dwarven land.
Oh wow.
Which is
That could be very useful at a later date.
bigdeal.com.
Yeah.
I'm
How do
adding
you
it
spell Mahakam?
Mahakam.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sorry,
That's a lot
I
of K's.
stole your thunder there, Drew. I do
No, it's fine.
apologise.
It's fine by me. People have heard me talk enough. So, yes,
Bullshit.
yeah, I talk bullshit. Okay. So,
No.
yes, it is indeed. It's
I was just finishing your sentence for
It
you.
does
yeah.
also increase your
Right.
general reputation outside Mahakam as those who have done a impressive service, because these are not just given out like
Yeah.
sweets.
So to any dwarf, that's going to be quite noteworthy. The idea
Yeah.
that we've got that.
There.
I will add. I
That
will
is a
up my
thing.
I shall put my reputation. Hold on. There it is. I shall
Yeah.
up my reputation to 1.
Yep. You can indeed.
Ooh, reputation of 1.
Yay. And also, these are probably now the most valuable things you own.
Yes, I shall protect it with my life.
Okay, so they are, by the way, personalised. They have your name etched inside.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
That's fantastic, but also that's an identifier for if anyone ever finds me. Oh dear.
So,
I mean,
yes. Okay, so yeah, the drinking commences. Everything gets a little bit wonky there. You know you tried some of the honey liqueur because you remember finding the guys with the honey or the honeybee on their barrel. And
Yes.
can I just say, I absolutely love the artwork for the festival.
Yes.
It is good.
It's cool. The guys wielding the barrels around and things like that.
Yeah. Also, I cannot help but notice, as a bit of inclusivity, one of the dwarfs there, who is just a dwarf enjoying the festivities, is in a wheelchair.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Witcher has access to such things by the same person who did the chair for Cyberpunk and
Yes.
indeed the D&D combat wheelchair
D&D.
as well.
That's,
So it's Sarah
like that.
Thompson.
I like that.
Yeah, they're awesome work on inclusivity.
Nothing to do with the D&D combat wheelchair, but whether it would exist without it, I'm not sure. But there is a lovely piece of artwork in the Wild Sea RPG manual of a chap in a wheelchair who has got his crossbow attached on a jointed arm to the stump of his missing leg. So he's basically
nice.
holding the crossbow with his missing leg.
Nice.
Okay. So yes, I apologise for Night Home to drop, but I'm very glad that
Yeah, we were
he
very close
has
to that.
managed to do that. Yeah, I'm glad he was there for the conclusion.
Yes.
So, and that
Every
one
single
goes
time we say
away.
night night, it's funny.
It is. It really is.
Yes, it is.
Right. So you have closed out that scenario. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yay.
Very much
Thank you for
so.
running that, Drat.
Thank you
That
so
was
much.
good.
It's so weird running things as written because normally I
Yeah.
would do a lot of riffing off.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
know
can-
the way
I
you
can-
work,
I
and that's
can
not
see-
it.
I can see where. Oh, I can also see where there were points for you to riff off and do so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was an enjoyable mystery.
Yeah. So as you close out, basically in Aftermath, sometime during the festival, Shaylee and the knees disappear from cells.
Yeah.
Of course.
You're not quite sure where or when, but somebody went to release them, and their cell was locked and empty.
Oh dear.
Well, she did say that they had their own way out. So, and I wish them well with their future. Yes, I wish them well, and I hope as a private investigator that I never ever have to encounter them again.
Yes, it's not like I've established a pair of thieves who are active in Temeria and Adern.
No! They're the problematic romance! It was them all along!
Oh, they're a
They
romance,
take
all
off
right.
the mask!
Well, there's a romance. I doubt they have a problematic romance.
No, they
No,
don't. have a
no,
problematic
I was,
romance.
it's just not with them.
No,
It's just,
I know.
Okay.
And they're not yours either. I will guarantee that.
yeah. I imagine
Okay.
they're not particularly interested.
Okay. So, as I said, hope you enjoyed that. Glad we've got that finished. Glad we've put that away. And
Yes.
thank you very much indeed. Next week, I believe, is Hunters Hunted.
Yes, hopefully the conclusion of that scenario
Yeah.
as well.
Cool. So after that is Deeper Dreams, and then we will be coming into a season of me doing one-shots in various games that we have not yet had a chance to play. So moving away for a bit from long form. And the first of those will hopefully be Obsession by Fish, who is currently writing the
Very
scenario.
optimistic. Hopefully.
Hopefully, who is writing the scenario as we speak. Well, hopefully not as we speak, because that would be
Obviously
awkward.
seen the amount of progress that I made with writing the scenario.
I have faith in you, Fish. So, if you like what you do and you would like to support us, you can donate, !donate. We'll get you the link for that. Or we can accept subscriptions, obviously, to the channel. They are always appreciated, and we can spread that out for and use that to equip the channel with things like rule sets, games, and hopefully pay some of the people who are good enough to play with us. So thank you very much indeed. I've got 3 volunteers, yes, so far, I believe. So yes, I've got space for 1 more, I reckon. So thank you very much. Coming up in this week, I believe Night will be drumming Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Or at least Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and probably Forza on Friday. I am going to be streaming hopefully tomorrow, but definitely Thursday. And what I'm streaming is still slightly up for grabs, but hopefully Sniper Elite 5 will be involved. Chrono, are you streaming this week?
I will be. I have 1 more stream before I disappear for the rest of June. I don't know quite what I am doing on Wednesday yet, but it will be at my usual time of 6 p.m. BST. It may be a pre-birthday celebration, I don't know, or it may be just something general, and I'll do something for my birthday when I get back.
Cool.
Or I might actually, take a year off from streaming on around my birthday. Who knows? Something incongruous as that.
What kind of witchcraft is this? Not streaming on your birthday? Come now. Okay.
But yeah, there will be something on Wednesday, which will be my last stream for a little bit.
Okay. So, thank you very much indeed. Thank you for watching.
For Spud.
Spuds, yes.
Boundless
Gosh,
Velocity
yes.
Hello.
I was ignoring Spuds. Sorry, my apologies
Yeah,
there.
I didn't want to say anything. I thought
Oh,
it'd be
you
rude. I was
fool.
like, I don't know, like.
So yeah, Spud's doing something as well. I don't know what. Yeah, okay. Plug away
Yeah.
there.
Sure. You'll have seen my partner in crime there on our Twitch account, _velocity in chat. If you're watching live, we stream on on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Unless Leto falls asleep until 10 o'clock at night like he did yesterday, in which case we don't stream on Saturdays. We just have slightly awkward phone conversations with your very sleepy friend and go, buddy, go back to bed. No, I'm not letting him live this down.
Okay. Right. So thank you very much. Peyton, have you got anything going up on YouTube?
No, sadly, not in terms of new content, but I will still say that I can still plug the channel
Yeah,
on
please do.
YouTube. Charisma to AC is my usual channel. Me
Yep.
and my colleagues on there, where we focus on role-playing games. Our main games have been World of Darkness themed.
Yep.
With both Well of the Apocalypse and Changing the Dreaming. We also have some masks, a new generation. We have some Burning Wheel, and we have some GURPS in a proprietary setting of the game masters in that campaign.
Cool.
The 3 of based on the book series she has written, 3 of which are out on Amazon print on demand, with the 4th book coming out later this year, hopefully.
Okay. So, go and subscribe to them, and click the notification button so you'll be notified whenever they do upload anything more. And in the meantime, there's a decent back catalogue to go through.
Oh,
so,
yes.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you for playing. Thank you very much for watching. And we will be back next Sunday. So, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.